You know, the art of making love is a serious thing. And when you find somebody to do it right to you, and you do it right to them, and y'all get that connection, it ain't nothing like that in the world. It's just like you and me, baby. Listen. I don't ever want to lose this feeling. Can't you see my body needs some healing? I'll be your good girl. I'll make you my world. I just want your fingerprints on me. Ain't nobody else who can own me. Take it, I'm yours. I don't want another. Give another girl another set up. Feeling in the world like this. We making love. We're making love, baby. The way that you hold me, the way that you kiss me, the way that you hold me, drives me crazy when we making love, baby. Making love, baby. I ain't never known the kind of love that makes me feel higher than a dove. You must be alien, 'cause I'm on another planet. Everything seems so clear, but whenever you are near, seconds to the times when you're by my side. And no. Like this, we're making love, baby. Making love, baby. Way that you hold me.
What up? What up? What up?
Tell me something, why is it all so cold in my house? I've been feeling like the whole world's been right on my shoulders. Since you left, there's been a black cat sitting on my doorstep. Cause I hallucinating, cause I'm sure he spoke to me. He said, remember the time
I don't remember.
drank too much wine.
Having so much fun.
Your secret phone calls,
Don't take your business. You know.
some things you can't hide.
I've been watching me.
Oh God,
Tell me something, why is it up so cold in you?
watching you.
I've been watching me.
Don't cry.
Tell me something, why is it up so cold in you?
Ooh, so cold in your house.
What up, Rock? What up, Rock? What's happening?
Love is as love does. And I choose you. I choose you. Check me out.
Winning hair, shine on your skin. You're looking good, girl, all over again. Hey there, Miss Brown, I want you to know I love you.
Brown as the sun, as soft as the shore, leaving me hungry and crying for more. Ooh, baby, girl, you're such a star, and I want you to know that. I love you.
Can't know anybody do a Rick James, but that damn Silk killed this one.
You didn't know. Make it last. Make it last forever. Don't let I love you. Let's make it last. Let's make it last forever and ever. Don't let I love you. Let me hear you tell me you love me. Let me hear you say you never leave me. Oh, girl, that will make me feel so right. Let me hear you tell me you want me. Let me hear you say you'll never leave me, baby, until the morning light.
Let me tell you how much you love me. Let me tell you more, and I need you, baby, baby, baby. I'm gonna make it alright. Now I want you, baby. You make me better. The way you make me feel.
Don't let I love you.
Can y'all think of a better album for R&B than? Come on, man.
To make it last forever and ever.
Forever.
Can you think of a better album? Listen to
You
this.
know, it was about 3 o'clock when I looked at the time,
Talk to him, Keith.
and I had about 2 more hours to go before I got to your love. And the time just kept ticking slower and slower. When I got to the front door,
Oh, this shit right here.
I
boy.
thought about opening the door with my keys.
Come on, Keith,
and
kick him. Y'all know that
seeing
dance
your
Keith be
lovely
doing, right?
face
Y'all know that little dance where he just be holding the mic and dancing. Y'all know that shit.
right in front of me.
Girl, I've been thinking about you all day long. And I just could not wait, baby, till you get home to you. Oh, forget about the dinner on Monday. 'Cause the only thing I'm
Best album all time. This right here. This right here.
when it's not real. Tell me what happened. Are we living a lie, baby?
Y'all can't tell me Keith ain't the man now.
Is that magic gone?
Come on, this is the greatest R&B album. You talking about just pure soul? Like this is it. You ain't gotta say nothing else. Just that first note. Just that first note made that song right here. This first note. Listen to it. That shit make you dance. Just listen to the just the first note make you dance. Teddy was the man though. Teddy was the man. Y'all don't know nothing about this one. Y'all know.
That feels so good. Come on, see, baby.
It's one of them obscure songs, right? A lot of people don't hear this one on the radio. You old school, you remember this song right here. Come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron.
Turn the light down low. Baby, please come closer. I want some of your love tonight. Just a gentle touch of your hands on me is enough to set my heart so free. Oh, baby. Come on, baby. Keep it right there.
She must got that fire. That nigga can't even sing the song. This was my 9th grade. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna put this song on and let it play. This the one where you laying later, you laying in between the speakers. We ain't have no headphones. I was broke. Laying in between the speakers, turn the radio down, and just let this shit play.
Feels so good, baby. Stay with me. Girl, you are all I want. And you are all I...
Woo! Boy, I'm about to let that one go all the way through. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is gonna be a barn burner, man. This is gonna be fun. I can't wait, man. Let's get into it, guys. How y'all doing today? One of my off days. I gotta take some off days. I ain't been taking no off days, man. So I'm gonna have a lot of them the rest to December 31st. I'm pretty much gonna be off a lot. So y'all gonna start getting more content when I'm off, man. And yeah, I ain't got nothing to do. I just got to go to the gym, and that's that, man. So shit, I'm gonna go to the gym probably in the afternoon. So here we go. Want to hear it? Here you go. What's up? So we got our lunch hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go give y'all a little lunch break entertainment, if you will. You know what I'm saying? That will make you think, right? Because we ain't in the niggertainment. We in the, edutainment, right? Anyway, the title of this video is "Who is to blame for the condition of the Black community?" And there are many culprits. There's white supremacy, first of all, right? I mean, come on, you Black, the very first thing you blame is white supremacy. You can't, and you can make a substantial case for white supremacy being the blame for it. It's not like if someone were to say that they would be just kind of pulling that out their ass, although they would be, but they wouldn't know that. But if you were to say that the reason that the Black community is fucked up today is because of white supremacy and racism, you can make a substantial case. In fact, that is actually true. If you really want to just be real about it, that's actually true. Because if you think about it this way. You take a group of people, you enslave them, you make them work for hundreds of years, you set them free. They go and you give them, instead of giving them 40 acres and a mule that was promised by Lincoln, and it was a General Sherman and all of them, you come and you say, nah, fuck that. We're going to give them the Freedmen's Bureau, the Freedmen's Bureau, the Freedmen's Bank. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to put some white guys in charge of it, and we're going to use the faces of Frederick Douglass and heroes and people that, Black people and certain white people that actually did things of note to try to help people like Lincoln, so to speak. I know Lincoln didn't really love Black people like that, but that's another video, right? But even still, they use Lincoln, they use these people. And so these slaves get their freedom and they hit the ground running with so much vigor and excitement. In a short 15-year span, they were able to amass over $100 million. And this was way back in the day, okay? This was way back in the day. So that would be equivalent to like $10 billion today, probably, if we really just want to keep it a buck, right? So that was a lot of money, man. $100 billion, right? And you take that and multiply that by 100, that's about $10 billion. That's substantial from some slaves now, right? Take in mind, we were our population numbers were smaller. things like that. And what happens from that point forward during Reconstruction? We were kicking ass. Now, look, if you ever want to see what black people probably could have been had there not been racism, white supremacy, had it not taken its stranglehold, just look at the little short period of time what was being done. You had black businessmen doing great things, black business women doing great things, right? The lady that created the bank, I forget her name. It's about 3 or 4 of them, actually. It's not just one, but there were a lot of people, man, that did a lot of great things. And had they not fucked us over and did the things they did, black people would probably, like, we don't even, like, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. You want to see what black people would do if they were, I'm going to go into fiction right now. Tyler Perry's good Mr. Deeds or whatever, that black family that owned, that would be coming. Like, that wouldn't even be a big deal. That it would not be a big deal. We wouldn't even say first black no more. That shit happened way back in like 1910. We wouldn't think like that no more. We would be like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. They own this and that. And it's normal for us to think like that because we see that shit every day. That's what we grew up. What's up, man? That's what we grew up watching. That's what we grew up seeing. And it would be normal for us to see black excellence. Now, what would have happened had we done that? This is why I make the case for reparations. Because had they not done that, you can make the case, see the way societies work, the best and brightest are kind of like the locomotive of the train, like Black Patriarch talks about, and they pull the society along. And historically, we had that hierarchy within our community where we would kind of listen and I guess, dare I say, submit or follow our best and brightest. And our best and brightest were snuffed out or siphoned into white organizations and white companies because they couldn't get the resources. And whenever they would get the resources, racism would rear its ugly head and stop these people from being able to build certain businesses and companies. For example, the guy that worked at DuPont that got all the Nobel Prizes, what's his name? He's from Montgomery. Percy Julian, right? That guy caught hell. If he had just been left alone, there would have been a black company he could have worked for that was black owned, right? That he could have worked and did all these things for. But there wasn't. So he caught hell. Now he was able to still succeed in spite of all that. But what if they'd have left him alone, right? What if black people had been left alone and there was no Jim Crow, there were no black codes, there was no Klan, and black people just mind their business? What could we have done? And for that, you talking about how many billionaires, black billionaires, would we have today? We're just starting to see black billionaires in the 1980s on up. We would have been billionaires in the damn 1880s, okay? Like, we would have been fucking with J.P. Morgan. You think they were the only ones? Had we been left alone? What if the black guy that invented the damn Jack Daniels was actually given his just due when he got his freedom and he was able to get part ownership of Jack Daniels way back in 1865? What? I mean, let's let this sink in, right? What if they weren't able to steal patents from black people like they were? The patent office stole so many black inventions, right? So when we talk about the condition of the black community, I'm not a sucker. See, I'm a conservative, but I'm conservative based on principles. I'm not conservative like I don't see the accurate history of what took place had you left black people alone, what would have taken place. I see it, right? So I think they made us stronger in a sense, but damn, bro, like, I'm tired of these moral victory shit. Can we get some resources, Mari? Mari speaks to beast. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. It made us a stronger people, but it also affected us mentally. The mental block that a lot of black people have today is because of slavery. Is because, not slavery, but because I don't think slavery really had the effect that we give it. Like, we try to say, man, it's because of slavery. No. You had intact families. You had black people with entrepreneurial spirits, were capitalists. Black people's out here trying to, no, that shit didn't come along. A lot of damage was given in the 60s, and we try to pass that shit off as racism from slavery and the hangover from slavery. Bullshit. Now, can you cite bad habits of black people 100 years ago? Yeah, you could. All you got to do is go read the writings of Booker T. Washington, read the writings of Marcus Garvey, read the writings of W.E.B. Du Bois, and you'll see that black people were, what did Garvey say? Conspicuous in their consumption. We love to shine, right? That's black people. We was like that 100 years ago. I call it redneck culture, but that redneck culture would have been snuffed out. Great example. Look at the South. And this is how I know they fucked us over, right? Because of Jim Crow, because of all the shit that they did, they kind of held us back and arrested our development as children. We're kind of stuck in a childlike state. We're just starting to wake up now. Some of us are. And I think this will become proliferated with more pain and suffering, which is coming, right? But if you take that into account, I think, man, you know, if you read the writers of Garvey talked about how we were wasted. We wasted money. Garvey talked about how we would get drunk and act a fool, but it was still called a Saturday night special. The family was still 75-80% intact. Children were born in wedlock. Fathers raised their children. A man would shame a man if he didn't take care of his kids because the man was he'll take his ass to church. They're going to drag him. The deacons, bro, what you doing? You got a child, you got to take care of him regardless. Even if it's an outside baby, you got to take care of your child, which is what they did. Those brothers had skills, talents, abilities. They could work, they could build, they could lay bricks, they could paint, they could frame, they could wire houses, they could run plumbing, they could fix cars, right? How do I know that? I'm talking about my dad. He could do all that stuff I just named. My dad, he done ran wires, plumb. He wouldn't set the box, but he'll do everything but that. He would do, Dad was amazing to me. My dad was I used to look at him in awe, like, man, when did he learn all this stuff? I didn't know he could do this. I remember I saw my dad pull a motor down, rebuild it in like 2 days. It took him 3 days. He got the heads worked. It was summertime. Dad took off work Wednesday. He got the A-frame, went up there, checked that joke out. Hell, I was helping him. He sat there, set that joke on the ground, started taking the heads off, he took it out there to some company, got the heads worked. Came back, put that joker together, lifted an A-frame, dropped it in there, bolted it. Boom, that bitch started up and ran like a sewing machine. I was like, damn, that was amazing. The damn thing was knocking. And he fixed it, took the head, took all that out of it. I was like, man, that's amazing. Can you see somebody 18, 20, 22 years old doing that now? Huh? No. These kids don't have those, Thank you, 71. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jim? So, these kids today don't have those skills. So that older generation had skills, and I think that we'd be remiss to not mention racism as a culprit into the condition of the Black community. All right? And I think that's why I'm always for reparations. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, Black people. Now look, y'all know where else this video is going. It's going in on a couple of subjects, right? But that's later. Right now, I'm focused on racism, white supremacy. Racism, white supremacy, and I think it. Can I say that racism, white supremacy is as prevalent today as it was back then? No, of course it isn't. Right. Right now, most of what racism that people talk about now is someone feeling somewhere in their heart towards a person. And people don't like it. And so they get emotional and scream and shout about it. Instead of, okay, racism that our grandparents faced was, nigger, you can't go to this school. Nigger, you can't get this loan. Nigger, you can't go here. Nigger, you can't go there. That's the racism that our grandparents faced, right? The racism that our grandparents faced and great-great-grandparents faced was, nigger, if you look at this white woman, you're going to swing from a tree, nigger. Like that was how they talked to your ass. Like it was different, right? My mom told me when she was a kid that it wasn't nothing for her to see a man was lynched today, like just hanging downtown at the little NCAA thing they had, NAACP. I was like, damn, like it was just nothing. It was just normal for people to get killed when she was a kid. To see it seemed like every other day they'd have a sign at that time of somebody had been killed, lynched. That was just the lynchings. Now we ain't talking about shot, drowned, choked, strangled, whatever, right? Burned at the stake, tortured, whatever. It's all types of ways they kill Black folks. Those are just the lynchings, right? And so you saying racism is irrelevant. Let me get to it, Maurice. Mari ready to go, boy. Let me get to it. So let me say this. So you got racism. And within racism, you have certain factions. You have the Klan, redneck, I hate niggers, let's lynch, we hate nigger, side. And then you got the, I'm your friend, I'm going to come and infiltrate your communities, And I really have ulterior motives, like Malcolm X talked about. And that's way more dangerous to me than the I hate niggers clan suit wearing motherfucker. Like that's not my enemy. To truth be told, I don't even worry about them no more. The person I worry about is that person that comes to me and says, I'm your friend. And they deceive you, right? And they have you thinking that you know, it is something that black people, you know, I'm doing this, I'm implementing this system or program to help black people because you're poor. When I had a hand in your ass getting poor, but that's another video, right? The people that I just made the other video about had a hand in contributing to black people's being poor, right? They were the ones that ran banking. This is why you see the top 10 people in the world in the United States today that are hedge fund managers. All of them except one, thanks to James Earl Mons, is of you know what descent, is of that descent, right? So those group of people have done way more damage, right? They were around when we formed our NAACP, right? They were around. They worked with Du Bois. They kind of pitted Du Bois. They didn't like Marcus Garvey. Garvey was on some real like fuck, and we don't need nobody but black folks. Let's just build our own shit. Oh no. Can't have them thinking like us. You can't think like small hats, right? So we got to get rid of this nigga. Let's get us a nigga and let's support this guy by the name of Du Bois. Y'all know some people don't like to hear this, right? You know, but let's support this guy in Du Bois, right? And so that's that. And actually, I agree with Maury, the big Shabazz. I agree with him. I think racism. If you telling me today, and this is why I'm going to talk about who's to blame because we hadn't really got to it. I think ultimately we are the blame. The community is to blame. The black community is to blame, not racism, white supremacy. Which is y'all knew that was going to be my answer, but I wanted to try to go in a circle because I do think that there are some valid reasons a lot of black people don't feel that way. I think that's just me. I think a lot of black people feel like you do, Shabazz, for a valid ass reason. I'm not in no way downplaying what you're talking about, Shabazz. I feel you 1,000%, bro. Like, but I know you feel with me on some of the other shit I'm gonna go in on black folks in a second. But the point I'm trying to make is, if we're gonna sit up here and act like my granddad having I don't know, construction business, and my granddad was a perfectionist, and he bust his ass and he was teaching his sons how to do construction. And then you come in with some guns and torches and tell him, nigger, you better get out of town or by sundown or we're going to kill you and your family and have y'all hanging off that bridge like we did that other white guy and his other black guy and his family, right? And he packs up and leaves with just a shirt on his back, broke, struggling with nothing, and has to move to Chicago or Detroit or wherever and start working in a factory when he knew he could take those skills and do something with them in the South had they left him alone. And you telling me that his great-great-grandson who's in Alabama today or Georgia or wherever today is not affected financially by that shit? You full of shit. If you don't think that directly doesn't affect black people. It does. I think it affects black community when you take wealth. Like if I come right now and take you and take all your money out your bank account, I take everything you got, run you from your house. Let's say you got equity in your house. We come with shotguns. Nigger, you better leave. You can't sell, nigger, leave. And then we take that bitch over by eminent domain. We take your house with all your equity. Let's say you built your house, because back then they would build their own shit, right? That house had value, right? Like my granddad's great-granddad, they would build their shit. They wouldn't borrow no money from no bank. They would build their own houses. I'm talking about preachers. Everybody built their own shit. And if they didn't, they would barter and work with each other to build houses. That's how it worked. You had a black framer, a black foundation guy, but they put down conventional, not slab. They would do like the conventional, I think that off the ground. They would do pylons and stuff. They would build them houses off the ground, man, straight up. Run the roofs and everything. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's dismissive of our struggle as black people. For me as a conservative to sit up here and say, nigga, racism has nothing to do with it. It started it. I do think that the fruit of it, the seed, started with racism, white supremacy. Because if we had not went through what we went through, we would be just as hardworking and diligent. In fact, we would be much further along than the immigrants that come here. You can see it when immigrants come to America, how they succeed. And that just tells you that there's a difference between us and them, and all of the psychological damage that's been done with all these years. That shit has an effect, right? So, you know, I just, and Shannon, we're gonna probably disagree in a second, because I see it's not the number one excuse for unproductive black men today. There's just no excuse today. You really don't have an excuse today. Now, you can say that the seed of us being this dysfunctional started there, and I will agree with you. But I think I would have to say today that a young black man that is born today in America, if he has the desire to be successful, I want to see a white person stopping him from being successful. See, my dad, my great-great-grandparents start a business and they kicking ass, and a white man show up with guns and torches and burn his house down and force him to leave town. Show me where that shit going on today. I start an internet-based, web-based business, and some white man just say, this nigga's kicking ass. Let's shut this nigga down. Let's go to his house and burn his house down. He got equity in the house. He got $300,000. Fuck that shit. Let's make that nigga leave. Let's go take his bank, burn the physical bank down as if his money's not protected, right? And let's go burn the bank down like they used to back 100 years ago. They just burned the bank down. You ain't getting shit back, right? Whereas today, show me where that shit going on. It's not. That's not going on. And if it does go on, it's not going on a massive scale. You mean to tell me that the 45 million, 44 million black people in America, that if they work hard and if they are the shit that rises to the top, if you are cream, if you are, and I hate to use this analogy, we all remember Breaking Bad, right? With Walter White, Black Heisenberg. Y'all remember that shit, right? And so I just think if we look at that and look at his talent made room. You know, the Bible says the man's gift maketh room, right? So, if you talented and you're gifted at, let's say I don't know. Let's say you're the best mechanic. I'm gonna give you an old school ass skill, a mechanic. My cousin is a multimillionaire and he got an 8th grade education and he's a mechanic. My cousin has a $500,000 house in the east side of Montgomery, Alabama. My cousin drives $100,000 cars. My cousin lives a fabulous life. 8th grade education, but he could fix a car if I'm telling you. My cousin, you pop that damn hood, he'll sit there and listen to it. Oh, that's so-and-so, so-and-so. Bring it over there, man. I can get it fixed for you. Give me about 30 minutes. I got you. That's him. Now when I go to his shop, he's never there. He's always at the auction buying cars and shit. He like to play with cars. He just like to buy and sell cars. Because he making 20, 30 a month profit. He told me. He said, man, I make $30,000 a month just playing with this. Not to mention the shop. He hires mechanics and trains them. And then he go get them out of the training school. He hires them and they make money. Now show me what some white man gonna fuck him up. Show me. Because back 100 years ago, a white man could fuck him up. White man, this nigga's too good. This nigga's fixing all the cars. He fixed so-and-so's car, so-and-so. He fixing white, black, everybody's cars. Got 2-3 locations. I mean, he got money. So, I mean, I'm just trying to understand how a white supremacist is fucking him over. They're not, right? All you have to do in America right now, let me explain something to you. All you have to do to be successful is be good at something. I mean, real good, like world class at something. And your ass will probably be successful. It's very easy. You know what I'm saying? If the white man's so bad and racist, why would he stop now so black people can be successful in his country? Why in the hell would make him stop? A changer of heart? Man, come on, huh? What are you talking about, brother? And I'm not trying to disrespect you, brother. This is going to be a respectable discussion, right? No need to put the caps in because you shouting. I guess you're getting emotional, right? No need to get emotional, fam. Okay? Now I'm going to be real surgical with this shit. I gave you a pretty clear example. If you are a skilled mechanic, if you are a skilled framer, if you are a skilled plumber, like you can plumb a house out. I'm talking about motherfucker give you the foundation. You go out there and tap that bitch off the sewer and run that bitch out there, run the whole foundation in about 3 days. How much you think that shit costs, Shannon? We talking real shit now. We talking real math and science now. We not talking no emotion shit. Why that motherfucker ain't gotta stop being racist. That's the problem. You see, you worry about what's in the white man's heart. I'm talking about real shit. I'm talking about real boots on the ground, physical, tangible shit. You talking about what motherfuckers feel. See, me and you different, bro. No disrespect. We look at the world different. And this is what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? See, this brother, no disrespect, you're crippled, brother. You crippled by the white man's racism. Dare I say, you think he's omnipresent, all powerful, all knowing. You think the white man is God. I don't give a fuck. Guess what? White people lose in business all the time. They lose, brother. White people lose. Show me where they coming with guns and torches today and stop, bro. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout. You're getting too, you know, bye, bro. You're in timeout. I ain't blocking you. But you're in timeout. You're getting too emotional, bro. This brother typing 1,000. I couldn't even read all this shit. That brother typing away. I'm like, God dang, brother, slow down. Damn, I can't even make the video, right? Oh, man, good point. Bro, let me explain something to you. If you're good, right, like say you come to Lifting the Veil IT Academy, and you're damn good at becoming an Oracle financials consultant. You know how much money your ass can make sitting at home right now? About 30, 40,000. I mean, minimum. I ain't gonna say minimum, but like my brother making that kind of money. Let me ask you something. If he making that kind of money, why can't you? Oh, he just lucky? See, that's the problem. We got to stop thinking that, well, the black people that are successful are just lucky. Bullshit. If you have a talent, just like Walter White in Breaking Bad, whenever he got hemmed up, because he could make the best shit, Gustavo couldn't kill him off. He's like, man, I can't kill this dude. Man, I can't find a motherfucker make. I mean, he made that shit pure as he could make it. Bad, I know it's not a good thing to talk about, but he made the purest drugs you could make. He made that shit pure as hell. And that shit was like, it was like the, you know what I'm saying? It was the cream of the crop. And people tried to imitate it, but they was about 15, 20% less pure, which that, you know, you're not talking as good. And so that money that he made off that shit, but because he was good enough like that, it helped him to survive long enough to where he was able to rise to the top. What I'm saying is this, man. If you are black in America today and you're good at something, there's nobody that's going to stop you. Nobody. They can't stop you. They would have to literally come in your house like they did back in the day, which is what they did. So yeah, they may feel that way, but they can't stop you, right? You can be in a failing school. But hear me out. You could be in a failing school. They could underfund your school and you could be like, well, they doing that because they racist. Yeah, but if you take your ass and study 2 nights at that failing school, you ain't going to fail. I don't give a fuck what school you go to, right? You go to the worst school in America. Public school. You could go to that bitch. If you busting your ass and you're applying yourself, I know I went to a bad school. Teachers respond to students that assert themselves. And if you're asserting yourself, if you are as a parent really on it, like if you saying, well, fuck it, I'm not buying him no $100, $200 shoes. I'm gonna buy him some $75 shoes, and I'm gonna take that other $100 and I'm gonna invest in him a Kumon, learning center. I'm gonna pay me a college student, $10 an hour, twice a week, couple hours a week to tutor him on math. Right? I'm gonna go to my local university. If I'm a parent, I'm gonna find a motherfucking way. Right? If I'm really doing these things, guys, redlining happened a while ago. Redlining, they even kind of found laws. It does happen from time to time here and there, but redlining does not stop any black person from being successful and buying a house and shit like that. I can go to any neighborhood in America right now. If I got the money, I bet I can buy a house in that motherfucker. Motherfucker's just greedy right now with the houses in Atlanta because I was trying to buy one. But it's not like you can't buy a house. Like you can go online. It's all types of shit you can do. You can get an apartment in a better zip code. That's how you fix redlining. Shit, get an apartment in a better zip code, then go put your loan application in. Because if I got in a zip code saying I'm in Sandy Springs or Dunwoody or somewhere in a good high price area, but I'm in an apartment and then then what? They can't really redline you then. You know what I'm saying? I know. I saw your points earlier. So let me say this, guys. When it comes to the black community, I do think racism, and it's funny how I was talking about racism, white supremacy, and how it affected the black community, and still people get emotional. They don't like me, man. I'm not liked. I'm not very liked. But y'all know I don't give a fuck, right? Like, I'm just saying, y'all know this shit fun for me, right? This is therapeutic for me, right? I like doing this shit. It's fun, guys. Don't think I'm getting mad. I might raise my voice, but trust me, I'm having fun. Now, that brother didn't really make me raise my voice because his points were very easy and to deflect. They were very rudimentary to me. So I didn't really feel like I needed to get all, I didn't, it is what it is, because I know a lot, and dare I say most black people think like him, not me. What I'm saying is unfortunate, but what I'm saying is not popular. Most black people don't think like me. Most black people, if you sit them down, will say that the white man has held them back. That is why they fucked up, right? They'll say that they weren't taught how to manage a checking account. They weren't taught how to balance a checkbook or keep good credit, or because they weren't taught at 17, 18 years old, you come back 20 fucking years later, they still don't know. But it's because they wasn't taught when they were 17. And it's still somebody else's fault, right? Because when you graduated at 17, nobody taught you in the rest of your life. Because you didn't know, you still had to wait and be all you poor baby. Nobody taught you. So it is what it is, right? And that's what I mean. Like, black people have arrested development. We're like children. We can't really think for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. If you're good in America today at coding, look here, man. If you are a great coder, now what's stopping you from being a great coder? Please, somebody tell me. Let's say you're one of the best coders. No, fuck it. Let's say you do Salesforce. Let's say you're a Salesforce architect, right? You know what I'm saying? And so I want to see a Salesforce. Fuck it. Let me share my screen. I mean, fuck it. Let's go there for a second. Let's do it, right? So, let's go to Mason Frank, right? And I'm just gonna show y'all something, man. So Mason Frank specializes in Salesforce, right? And job seekers search jobs. So we're gonna go and we're gonna do architect, administrative architects. There we go. So we got 269 jobs, right? Let's look at the money. That's what we're here for, right? Let's see, 160 to 180, right? Now let me tell you something about a Salesforce architect. Salesforce integration architect. Can you study this and learn this? Yeah. So how's a white man gonna I'm black. I'm country black. Y'all hear my country ass. I'm country black. Like, white man ain't gonna stop my ass from doing this shit. If I know what I'm talking about and I'm competent, they will call me. In fact, half the people calling me are black now. I got a lot of black recruiters. It has nothing to do with that, man. This is what I'm talking about. You see the reality that you think. You think that you fucked up because of the white man. That's not the case. You're fucked up. Probably 9 times out of 10, most black people that are fucked up because of their own mediocre habits and attitudes about life that they need to defeat. And it's embarrassing. You may feel embarrassed. You may feel belittled. I'm not really dragging you. I ain't even dragging the brother I put in timeout. I ain't blocking. I just ain't drag. I ain't blocking him. I just put him in timeout. The reason I did that because, brother, I want you to understand, you can be successful. You can do whatever you want to do. And, it's just a part of me as a black man. I wish a motherfucker would tell me they're going to stop me from doing any damn thing I want to do. Somebody tell me what you're going to get stopped from doing, huh? I want to own shopping centers, bitch. I want to build shopping centers. I want to be a commercial developer. That's what I want. I know exactly what I need. Guys, you look, listen. Look, man, and this is, I hate to be like this, but they got people, you got so many resources now. My granddad couldn't do no shit like this. My great-great-grandfather, right? Look at this. You could go and get mentors at score.org that are like high up in the game. You know what I'm saying? High up in the game. You know what I'm saying? That know all types of stuff. Small business. They have free workshops with people that are like high executives in companies that are retired or doing it in their spare time, volunteering to give back. And you could go and learn any damn thing, damn near anything you want to. Credit. You know what I'm saying? cybersecurity threats for small businesses, small business for women entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, building business credit. Look at this shit. Now, these are blogs, but you could actually get a meeting, which I've done. I've actually had meetings with people. You actually can search a database of volunteers in your local area, or shit, if you need to ride to another city 2 hours away, do that. But you can get people to volunteer in your local area who are masters of this, that have built. I met with a commercial developer through this website, and he actually sat me down and walked me blow by blow with what what you need to do. He's like, man, if you want to do this, you need to do this, and this. You need this amount of money. You need this. You can go through these companies to get funding. This is how you get the licensing. This is how he told me all that shit. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that we need to. So I'm just saying, my great-great-grandfather, my great-great-uncles and shit could not do this. And so when you talk about the condition of the black community today, I mean, are we taking advantage of this shit? No. No, we don't. Right? And the problem is, that's the problem. Like, if you really take it and really measure it, like I said, I'm for reparations, right? Because I think that a lot of it stems from that, but the mental part is there. Now, what I'm telling you right now is snap out of it. I'm not telling you that didn't happen. But now it's like a basketball game, right? If you're a real ball player, listen to me now. If you're a real fucking ball player, you done played with some real bad motherfuckers, right? You done had some shit, you done got crossed up, you done got dunked on. Shit happens, bro. If you playing some little Rudy Poop kids where you kicking ass every day and you fooling yourself. You playing with some real motherfuckers, you 6'2", 6'3", you playing against 6'8", 6'9", you gonna get your ass crossed up, dunked. This shit happens, bro. But I'm gonna tell you what separates a winner from a loser. A winner or a good ball player is a motherfucker that can get crossed up in the first quarter. Nigga jump in his face. Everybody laugh. Ooh, you see that move, the crowd going ooh and ah. And then you can commence to locking that nigga ass up the rest of the game. That nigga had 8 points. Right? He hit 6 quick points. You zoned in on defense. That nigga ain't scored shit but 2 free throws the rest of the game. That takes mental toughness. If you want to win in the black community, you need mental toughness. You need to be able to look at your mind. Your mind has to be sharp. You cannot be slow. You cannot be, oh my God, racism. Snap the fuck out of it. I remember one of my homeboys, we playing with Nona, right? With Nona out of Birmingham. Man, this nigga turned around I ain't gonna lie, man. Dude turned around, he about 6'2". Man, this nigga took a bounce. My nigga Quasi was coming from weak side. Quasi could jump, but this nigga went up over Quasi. That nigga put the ball on his back and just jumped. And they went up chest to chest. Man, that nigga caught Quasi. Boom! Then he pulled on the rim and pushed my boy under the rack and shit. Landed all over him like Scottie Pippen did Ewing, man. The shit was just, man, everybody was screaming and shit. My boy, it fucked with him in the head. It did. We went to the huddle because we used to huddle up, right? We used to do that little Duke shit. So we huddling up. He like, man, damn, man, that nigga dunked on him. I'm like, man, fuck that shit, nigga. Gotta lock that nigga ass up, nigga. Get on it. I'm talking to him. So why the dude, he got an M1 too. Why he doing? I got on the other side, like, man, fuck that shit, man. We gonna lock his ass up. We talk, I'm lecturing the nigga. We running down the court. I'm in his, man. We called timeout. I'm in his head. That nigga went in at halftime and he said, man, thanks, man. You got I needed that, bro. I needed you to talk to me. Cause when that shit happened, I felt embarrassed. But you helped me to get my head back in the game. We won the fucking game. Right? But yeah, the nigga dunked on it. Black people, you've been dunked on. You've been crossed up. But it's not over. The game is not over. See, for most black people, what we do is we think the game is over, guys. We think it's over because we got dunked on. It's over because he crossed you up. It's over because he juked you and ran to the end zone. And everybody laughing at you and you crying and you weak. And you, the crowd doesn't want me to win. Who gives a fuck, nigga? You still got to play in between the lines. Fuck the crowd. What's in front of you? Lock your man up. Play defense. Don't let them pass through the passing lane. Get a hand in the passing lane, right? Ball you man, right? Zone D. We playing man-to-man matchup. We locking up whole court press. Bitch, you ain't making it cross half court if I'm on top of the press. I'm on your ass. I take pride in that shit. See the difference? You should take pride in winning. Do you take pride in locking that man up where his ass can't make it cross half court? This is taking pride in your shit, right? You don't take pride in your shit when you give up and you think, man, it's no way we can win. It's no, look, you, and you know, I hate to say this. This is gonna sound real elitist. I'm not a loser, bro. I don't believe that shit you talking. I'm sorry, I'm not a loser like that. I'm not a loser. And guys, quite frankly, if I'm failing, it's because I failed. Shit, and that's where I'm at. I failed. It's not because white supremacy got me and the white man got me. I done ran into all types of racist motherfuckers. Y'all think I never ran into a racist cracker that didn't want to help me, that tried to fuck me over when I was doing houses, doing a review appraisal, hung up in my face. I'm 2 weeks before a foreclosure because I'm struggling. They ain't have no money. This is my second deal. 2 weeks before a foreclosure. They had my shit on the courthouse steps about to be sold. And I sold that bitch. Walked out of the closing office with $50,000 liquid. But you talking about a nigga was scared that I was about to be foreclosed on because I couldn't make no payments and they was about to foreclose on my ass? This is the type of shit that goes on, guys. It happens. But guess what? I found another white man that didn't give a fuck. And I took that original appraisal. He pulls up to do the review appraisal. I said, oh, here you go. Gave him the appraisal. We closed. See what I'm saying? White man. So one white man was racist. Rick Church. Fuck Rick Church. I can't stand his. Don't ever go to an appraisal by a guy by the name of Rick Church. Church appraisals in Montgomery, Alabama. Racist motherfucker. That being said, though, he didn't stop me. And had I got foreclosed on, do you think that would have stopped me? Do you think that would have stopped me? Guys, you're going to get, shit going to happen. You might get foreclosed on. You might fail, guys. You're going to fail in business. I did a comedy club. I failed. It ain't have shit to do with white people. It was black folks, actually. Me and my partner could not get along. That's nigga shit. Me and this nigga could not. We just had we was on different wavelengths mentally. That has nothing to do with racism, white supremacy. That's niggatry. Niggatry. That's what I was dealing with. Niggatry. Right? Dumb shit. But anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is this, man. If you study the black community and you look at the black community's habits today, I would say that the black community is the reason that it is in the condition that it is in. If you look at, for example, if you were to take note of our spending habits, at the bottom of the people that spend the most of their money is the black community. Our amount of time watching entertainment, the amount of time in front of a television. I'm going to say, y'all know his studies show black people, black kids especially, spend more time in front of the television than any other demographic of kids. Black kids, right? Who spends the amount, who invests the least amount in their retirement? Black people. Black people spend the least amount of money in their 401ks, in mutual funds, in any type of investment. Black people. Black people who manages, who probably has the lowest credit score by race. Black people. Black people. Now you telling me you don't know that if you borrow some money, your ass need to pay it back within 30 days or they gonna ding your credit? You mean to tell me you don't know that shit? Come on, my damn 5-year-old son probably knew that. Like, come on, man. Right? So black people, we didn't know about credit. We didn't all fucked our credit up. I fucked my credit up in college. I did. But I knew in college what was going to happen if I ain't make that payment. I knew then. I just didn't make it because I ain't had the money, and I really shouldn't have been borrowing money, but I did. Right? And that's what I'm talking about. So so we spend the less, we don't invest the less. The group that buys the least amount of life insurance. How much do y'all want to go out on a bet and say that's black people? All this is culture. This ain't racism. All this is what your ass doing when ain't nobody looking. What do you do with your money? Because if you look at what a person does with their money, it tells you a lot about their character. Come on, say amen. Come on, say amen today. If I can look at you in your spending habits, I done messed my credit up 3 or 4 times, bro, and climbed my shit right back out the hole, dollar by dollar. Then done it. Right? Then done it. And didn't mess my credit up. Had a 700 credit score, but I had debt and had to climb that shit out. Dollar by dollar. It's like a ship. You got to plug the hole and take that little thimble and start bailing out a drop at a time. You do it. Like, I don't feel like I'm going nowhere. I made a payment on the car. It was $300, but shit, I mean, they saying I owe $15,000 on the car. I got an extra $600. That ain't gonna do shit. Give them that extra $600. Don't take that shit to the strip club. Give them the extra $600. Give it to them. Do we do that? No, we don't. If you go to credit card companies, the demographic that probably is more high risk are the black people. I mean, these are just facts. I mean, do I gotta go look? Everything I'm saying is facts. Everybody knows this shit. This ain't guesswork, right? The group of people that spend the least amount of time per night studying. I've talked about that 1,000 times, right? The group of people that don't buy life insurance, like I just talked about, do the GoFundMe, right? Like you said, Citizen Lou. The group of people that do, well, I tell you what, if we go to GoFundMe right now and we say, what is the demographic of people that mostly tend to want to use a GoFundMe for a burial policy? How much of y'all want to say per capita is going to be black folks? Because we only make up 13% of the population. How much y'all willing to bet we make up more than 13% of those on GoFundMe or Kickstarter, right? So these are just facts, man. And I'm talking about celebrities and all types of people that are, respect to the brother Charles Tyler, black man, go get your happiness in Brazil, right? The brother ain't had no life insurance. They had to do a GoFundMe to get him home. You got 2 kids, no life insurance. God bless my homeboy. I was talking to him yesterday. I was in Montgomery. I said, man, what's up? Went over there to holler at him. We chopping it up and shit. And my lady used to sell insurance way back like 12, 13 years ago. So she sold him some insurance. And when we was getting ready to leave, I said, man, you still got that insurance? Man, he ain't got that insurance, man. I said, bro, what about your kids? Man, I ain't leaving them shit, man. They got to get it out the mud, just like I did. That's what he said. I said, bro, you know I disagree. You know I don't like that shit, man. Don't do that. Why you gonna put your kids behind the damn 8 ball and they got to go out here and get it out the mud? When something happened to you, at least leave them. Look, man, leave them $200,000, man. Ain't shit. You can afford it. Get them $200,000. You got 3 kids. You can split that shit at least $60,000 a piece. At least something. Nope. I ain't leaving them nothing, man. That's what he told me. I ain't leaving them nothing. This is the energy in the black community, right? You know, and my thing is this. So we don't get life insurance. When it comes to buying a home, who's the most likely group to get foreclosed on? And why do we get foreclosed on? Because all this shit, when I talked about the culture piece, right? So you make the least amount of investment. So you can't, if you get behind on the mortgage, you can't go pull no money out your 401k and save it, right? You can't go and tap into your mutual fund and pull a little money out at a penalty to catch up your mortgage like the white person can, because they invested hard when they was in 18 years old. Their first job, they started going hard, right? These are facts. I'm not pulling this shit out my ass. This is actual, look this shit up. I went and looked all this shit up, right? And so what happens is over time, this shit compounds. So you got the worst study habits, which means you're going to go to college and you're probably going to major in some bullshit like sociology, psychology. And then you're going to get out talking about we're the most educated, but racism, white supremacy. It ain't racism, nigga. You got a fucked up degree. You got a bullshit ass degree that really doesn't pay anything, right? And then you get out and you blame racism. See, what I talked about at the beginning of this video isn't at the end. At the end, I'm pointing the finger back at ourselves, not y'all. I'm black. We all need to do better with our money. We need to do our money economics. That's the reason why I fuck with Dr. Claude Anderson. I don't agree with everything he says, obviously, especially lately. But what I'm saying is there's a reason I fuck with Dr. Claude Anderson, mostly because he talked about the importance of the black dollar and economics. And when I hear people downplay our spending habits as if our spending habits does not affect where we are today, you bullshit. You full of shit. Because racism can only get you so far in this thing, man. Look, I'll agree. They did this. They did that. They helped destroy the family. The small hats did this. You hear me talking about that shit all the time. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm doing with that little boy downstairs right now. That ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with me when he was born, taking some money. When I got a little lump sum, I called one of my homeboys. I say, man, look, I want to get a mutual. What's the best mutual fund you got going? And I want to see a track record. We met. We sat down. He opened up the damn computer. We sat there and ran through it. Me, him, and his mom. He couldn't even talk yet. Me, him, and his mom. We sat there and said, okay, now what's the best one? How much can I do per week? Okay, this the account right here. We're going to hook this up. We're going to do this amount every month. We're going to do this, and we're going to start with $1,500, was it $2,000? We're going to put this in, and that's that. And that's it. So every month, he got money coming like clockwork. Every month. I talk about that shit all the time. You got a child and your ass ain't set aside. Man, look, you can't take $100 and put it in a mutual fund. Let me see if I can find that shit. I'm going to find it. I think it's called Dynatech. Right? Let me see. T. Rowe Price. Franklin, I think. Let me see. Dynatech. I don't know if this is it, but this might be it. So I guess this is year to date. Yeah, year to date. Right now, he's looking at, that's what he's looking at. 18%, 18.5% year to date. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like we can no longer allow ourselves to blame racism, white supremacy for black mediocrity. I said it. Yes. Black mediocrity, right? Because it's mediocrity when your children don't have no damn life insurance when your ass died. That's mediocre. That's some mediocre shit. It is mediocrity when you got money. You riding in a nice car. You always, if I call a nigga broke, niggas will get offended. Oh, broke ass nigga. Bitch, I ain't broke, nigga. Who the fuck you? Okay, so if you ain't broke, why you ain't put no money aside for your children then? Because you ain't broke, right? See? We take pride in what we take pride in. I take pride in the fact that I set some money up. When I'm dead and gone, if something was to happen to me right now, I think I set my son up pretty good. Not he ain't gonna be a millionaire, but I set him up damn good if something happened to me. Like he has a damn good chance. Like actually, he gonna be a millionaire because all he got to do if something happened to me right now, he got to do is take about X amount of dollars. We already talked about it. I said if something happened to me, take this amount, put it over here. I want you to settle. He can't. And I know the woman that I have a child for is gonna do exactly what I told her. That's why I'm with her, right? God knows she gonna put that child first. She ain't gonna take, like $600,000 and just go lollygagging, going, tricking off and doing crazy shit. She gonna make damn sure because she do it with her own money. If I ain't give a dime, she would do it. But I set the tone. I made damn sure we had that meeting and we sat down and we had that meeting. And so all I'm saying, guys, is I don't want people to forget racism has taken its toll on black people. I don't want people to forget that, and when you talk about the racism machine, the politicians that we blame are part of that machine of the racist system. But then again, our dumb ass supports them. So, I mean, is it? Because it's not as shit as in your brain. See, this is what I talk about when I say the white man is your God, because no way in hell any black person with two brain cells to rub together should support the Democrat Party. No way. I don't see any tangible benefits for black men, especially black men, heterosexual black men. You have no tangible benefits from being a Democrat. What's up, Truth As I Know It? Y'all go check him out. This brother right here, Truth As I Know It. Great channel, right? So, that's the thing. We have no tangible benefits as black men from voting Democrat. Not one. And if I talk to a lot of brothers right now, they'll say Trump is racist while paying $3.30 at the damn gas tank. Not understanding that, dog, that extra $2 you paying for your tank, your ass riding an SUV. I just filled my damn car up yesterday. I was mad as hell when I filled up. That shit was like, what that shit cost me? Like $67 to fill up my damn tank? Guys, last year I was filling up with like $38. This shit damn near double. Don't shouldn't that piss you off? It pisses me off, right? And so this is the type of shit I'm talking about. That extra $30 a tank, if your ass live in Atlanta or you live in an area like Houston where your ass gonna have to drive a little bit and you getting 2 tanks a week and you do the math on that shit, that's $65, $70 a week. That's money for your kids right there. If you want to invest in your kids, right? That extra $200-$300 a month that you wasting on gas because your ass supported a motherfucker to get in there because he worried about the environment in the middle of a damn pandemic and motherfuckers getting laid off because of some chemicals that you want them to inject in their body, but you want to fix the environment. So you're going to make sure that we stop drilling for oil, that we lose energy independence. That is the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. And niggas, we not complex enough to understand how that affects our pockets. Everybody's pockets is affected by these gas prices. That should piss you off, but it doesn't. And the man told us before he got in when he debated Trump, oh yeah, I'm going to stop. And what did Trump say? You hear that, Pennsylvania? You hear that, Ohio? You hear that, Michigan? And you niggas still voted for this dude. And then you want to talk about Trump was racist? You stupid. That's bottom. Anybody that doesn't understand that, gas affects us more than anything, bro. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. Like, you can talk about other shit. Gas, energy policy affects people. When you stop the Keystone Pipeline, when you stop fracking, when you remove energy independence, we were getting away from OPEC. Now we back dependent on the motherfuckers. Don't y'all understand that shit? Right? They worried about the environment in California and caused a whole supply chain shit. You got California to thank for that shit. California saying that no truck can drive in California unless it's 3 years or less. So they got 6-year-old trucks just sitting there. They can't even drive them to haul shit through California because the governor wants to push his environmental policy in the middle of a fucking pandemic with people losing their jobs and livelihoods. Right? This is the stupid shit. And you support that shit? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The average black person doesn't understand that. If I talk to them, that's why I blame black people for the condition of their communities. I blame black folks. Right? I blame us. Like when you look at Black Lives Matter in the organization and what they stand for, and somebody look you in your face and tell you that Black Lives Matter is for the destruction of the family, and their website literally said that, right? And you still support Black Lives Matter, they ain't got nothing for you. Like, well, damn, bro. How you support an organization that's for LGBT this and LGBT that and trans this and trans that and removal of heteronormative thinking and that the idea that a man is supposed to be with a woman, they want to remove that shit? And you think that's good, bro? And you think that every time somebody write a check to this gay organization that they ain't pushing all types of policies and shit that affect the family, that try to destroy the family because that's what they said they want to do on their website, and you still support that shit? You's a dingbat. See what I'm saying? I gotta start being a little bit more nuanced. You're a political dingbat. Because when I say you stupid, I guess I kind of need to, because people get all emotional when I say it. But sometimes you need to be shook up. Black people are children, political children. We really are. Because there's no way in hell you would support some shit like that. Your gas tank, if anything. Like, I don't give a everybody sitting listen. 99% of y'all listening right now got a car outside with a gas tank, unless you riding a completely 100% electrical car. And your damn power bill still should be up. Your bills be up either way. Right? So right now, at this juncture, you have no choice but to do what's right. And what's right now is for you to make the best choice for your family. The best choice for your family right now is to make sure that you pay your bills and you're able to sustain yourself economically. And how do you do that? By supporting, keeping your money in your bank account and putting that money somewhere, setting money aside. The reason the person making $50,000 a year can't make it, right now your ass paying $3 for a gallon of gas. You think they don't feel that shit? You making $50,000, you live in like shit, let's say like New York or some shit, you fucked. You fucked. Bad. Like you got a car, you live in New York, shit, just the parking, the rent, man, you fucked. You can't make it on $50,000 in New York. You can't. I can come to Alabama and live like a king with $50,000 a year. You living like a king. I'm talking about, I get your ass a nice house, get you a car. You come to Montgomery, Alabama with $50,000 and live like a king. Right? You got people right now. There was a time where the Hyundai manufacturing plant in Montgomery was hiring. They put out 2,000 jobs. There were 22,000 applicants. 22,000. It's a line around the corner. Everybody wanted to get that job at Hyundai. The job wasn't paying but $20 an hour. And it was a line around the corner. You know how easy it is to get $20 an hour if you got any type of talent and skills. And if you don't, guys, let me show you something. And you know, I like doing shit like this because when I hear these you know, ideas about racism, white supremacy, and shit like that, I'll be the first guy to tell you that, yeah, man, I see where you're going with that. Is it Georgia Piedmont? Let me see if this is. Yeah, this is. So, you know, you could go here, man, and just shit. I mean, look at this, man. So they got technical schools, 5 technical schools. Let's see what they got. Arts and sciences, business, computer information system. You know, and then they got like the basic stuff, like if you want to learn HVAC, if you want to learn, man, look, you can go and easily find a skill that'll make, you know, and y'all like, man, HVAC don't make no money. I tell you what, do me a favor. If you really don't believe what I'm saying, I got an experiment for you. Go to a city, go on Craigslist, right? Go on Craigslist in Atlanta. Right here. And on the left side, type up the word HVAC. Right? Enter. Let me go back. I did housing. Let me go back. So I'm gonna go HVAC. HVAC installation services. Here we go. Call these jokers, man. Call them. Call this number right here. Call him. Ask him how much would he charge. Now, if you ain't in this area, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But go down these lists, man. Look at these folks. You think these folks ain't making no money? Y'all think these folks broke? And I'm talking about, dude, I flip houses, man. I got quotes from people. I would call these dudes, what's the day? Monday. I'd be like, hey, man, can you get to me Thursday and, you know, help install my unit? You know what they're going to tell me? Oh, no, man, I need at least a week, man. I probably can't get to you till like Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm booked. I'm booked up. And you think that's it? You think that's the only one? Let me go back. Right here, try this one. Electrician. Right? Plumber, electrician. See if you can get you an electrician right now. Call him. You know what I'm saying? And see if you can get an electrician to come do some work, how much he'll charge you to wire up a house or some shit. Just say, hey, I need you to rewire my house. It's 3,000 square feet. How much you charge, man? You know what I'm saying? By do you have a price per foot? See what they say. And then go over here and see what it costs, how long it would take you to get them damn skills to become a journeyman first. Then you probably gonna have to go work in a company to get your weight up. You can't just go straight out there in Craigslist. But as you're working at a company, they'll probably pay you like $10, $12. But then you do little side jobs like most electricians do. You put a little ad on Craigslist in the weekend. Somebody got a little maintenance work. You run your ass over there and you fix it. You charge them $500. So yeah, you work throughout the week. You might make $600, $700. You made another $5 for a damn 35, 45-minute job on the weekend. This is what my homeboy do all the time, bro. I sat there and watched him make $1,200 Friday. Called him. I got in town. He said, yeah, man, I'm over here doing a job, man. Just got here, man. I hit you back. That joker hit me back about 3 hours. Yeah, I'm through, man. I said, what you did? Yeah, I fixed. What did he say he had to do? So he had to get in this lady attic and re-ran some lights that went out in the house. She was having some problems. She had some poor shoddy work done. I just ran it up the code, bought her some new wire from Lowe's, ran the shit, had my son come in. We tapped that shit, ran it through the line, put a couple of new switches in there. What you charged her? $1,200. See what I'm saying? 4 hours. $300 an hour. Right? Black people, do you want skills anymore? Is that some shit you want? Guys, I got a homeboy of mine, white guy by the name of Not So Blind Mike. He used to be on a little political show. We used to call in and shit, right? He told me, and y'all probably heard me talk about this. He's in South Carolina. And he said that he was working with this lady at a community college. And, Not So Blind Mike like to hang around black folks. Right? He just one of them type of white guys, right? But anyway, because he's blind. But so he really would just come around and just be like, he ain't give a shit, right? So what happened, he said, man, I went out to some neighborhood areas where I knew some black guys were hanging, and I was trying to get those guys. Now, this was about maybe 7-8 years ago. He said, I was trying to get those guys to sign up for this program that would pay them $10 an hour while they were training. They would get out. They would guarantee $15 an hour after 8 months or some shit. It was just a fantastic situation. He said, man, they had like 25 slots. Guess how many people showed up? Guess how many people actually did it? 2 people actually finished it. He only had about 5 or 6 show up. After about a week, half of them quit. It was only 2 guys that really went through the program and benefited from it. And those guys are actually working today. You got so many programs like that nowadays where, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Good point. Great point. Well, then they're in. Now we get into the real crux of the matter. You say skills require work, sub. Many black folks ain't trying to put in the time or effort to gain those skills. Tell me about it. I run an IT academy now. That damn meme is crazy. That meme crazy, bro. Your avatar funny as hell. But anyway, you're right. They don't want to put the time in. They want the skills in like a week. Like you got people come to me, to try to take my academy and be trying to get this shit in like 2 weeks and mad and one girl called me a scam. When people in the damn class, she said she called me a scammer, was trying to get this other YouTuber to highlight my shit like I'm scamming black folks. I'm like, how I'm scamming them? I said, I wanted to go off. Who the fuck? I wanted to go in the comment section and go the fuck off. I did. But cooler heads prevailed. And I came in and said, hey, we're sorry at Lifting the Veil. We do our best to da-da-da-da-da. You know, feel free to email me. I'm easy to reach. I apologize. I hate to see you feel this way. I wanted to say, who the fuck? Why your sorry ass quit? You ain't come to class. I could have came in and did that shit, right? You quit. You didn't follow directions. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. And you blame me. I see this shit all the time, guys. Y'all forget I run an academy. I see it all the time. I see people come to me, sign up, take the class. About a week, 2 weeks in, I go log into their system. They ain't done shit. They ain't even installed the software. 2-3 weeks of class. You've been coming to class, ain't even installed the software. I'm not trying to drag anybody in particular. Just saying it, right? And after about a month of that, they quit and called me a scam. You gave me $300. You gave me $297. You came to class 5 days a week. You was emailing me, calling me, texting me, asking me questions, right? I'm giving you 5 days. Sometimes when it first started, it's looking at about 10 hours a week on average. So you get 40 hours of my time. You can ask questions. I'm talking about unmute and talk just like you hear me talking, right? And yet, you'll turn around and quit and say I'm a scam, but you didn't follow directions, right? That helps me to understand that's a microcosm of the community. The black community is full of lazy people that don't want to work, bro. I'm telling the gospel truth. You may get upset. I ain't lazy. Black people ain't lazy. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Either black people are lazy or we're stupid. We're not stupid. We're not. When I say we're politically stupid. But when I say black people are lazy or they're stupid, that means that when I say you stupid, that means if I take your ass and sit you down for 5 hours and study, that shit won't stick. And I disagree with that shit. No way you gonna tell me that you could take a black person, sit them down for 2 and 3 hours and make them study and they really apply themselves and try to learn something and they don't grasp the concept. That's bullshit. Black people can learn. Black people, when they focus, when given the same amount of effort that other people give, actually outperform a lot of people. This shit is true. Thomas Sowell, of all people, the coon, right? He told us that. Like, man, black people outperform a lot of people when they actually give the effort. They don't. We don't give the effort. We don't study. We don't do the shit we're supposed to do. Guess what? This shit is boring, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. Let me go ahead and tell you. It's boring. Just like you becoming a good basketball player. It's boring. Guys, do you think I wanted to go to the gym? Actually, I like that shit, though. That's just me. I enjoy shit. I enjoy doing drills. That's just the type of guy I was. I love drills. I love doing ball handling drills. I love doing shooting drills. I love doing leaping, footwork, timing, explosion. I love trying to work on that shit, then trying to implement that shit in the game. That's me. I like that shit. That's fun to me. That is actually fun. I'd rather do that than play pickup. I know, right? But when it comes to being good at anything, a lot of times it's going to be boring. right? You're gonna be bored, right? Like, let's be honest. If your ass go home every day and do 30 math problems, the teacher told you she gave you 5, you did 30 every day, right? Over and over and over and over and over, right? You say customer service. No, I ain't go off on the sister. I did the right thing. I didn't go off. I was mad because I know exactly who she is. I remember talking to her on the phone. I knew exactly who she was, and she knew I knew who she was. I ain't heard nothing from her. I guess she didn't think I was going to. Somebody one of the real students, shout out to the student, one of the students had my back. He said, that's fucked up what you're saying, because you know you can reach out to that man. You got that man phone number. You're trying to get that man destroyed, trying to get somebody to call me a scam. That's what she was trying to do. Trying to destroy my fucking business. For what? Because you gave $300 and your ass was too lazy to grasp the concepts? You was just too lazy. I ain't saying you can't do it. I know you can do it. But you just too lazy. You'd rather try to destroy my business when you see black people getting success. Guys, I took Terry Egioma's class. I didn't finish it. I didn't like the format of it. But if somebody, I've had 4 or 5 people that signed up because they called me and they wanted my honest opinion. And I told them, I said, man, people take that shit and they win. I'm in the Facebook group. People are getting there, and I'm talking about in like 3 weeks, they'll be winning in option plays and making money. I said, so I wouldn't dare say the shit don't work. I wouldn't say that. I just didn't put the time in. Right? Now, it's easy for me to look at her and say, man, she ain't doing this shit right, man. She did this. Because I run an academy. Like, damn, she's not easy to reach. Is this? You got other people. I don't like email. Shit, damn, when we having class, I can say all types of, but at the end of the day, people are getting results and winning. And I just didn't put the fucking time in. That's just the bottom line. So I'll never shit on that girl class. More power to her. I wish her the best success. The real crux of the matter is I didn't put the time in Terry's class, and that's why I didn't succeed. Gospel. Telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She never put the work in. But that's what I'm talking about. So when the brother said a second ago, he said, man, black people aren't going to put the work in. You think you're going to compete with these white, because I guarantee these are a bunch of white boys. You think you're going to compete with their ass in the 21st century and they willing to go and get the skills and put the work in? And this is grunt work right here, guys. This is crawling up under dirty ass damp properties and shit, looking all up at that plumbing and shit, or cockroaches every fucking wheel, rats and shit all up under these houses. How bad do you really want it, right? That's why niggas don't really want to go in the electrician. They don't want to crawl into them crevices and shit in the middle of damn 30-degree weather, freezing, hands all cold, trying to reach down there and make a wire go down a hole and shit like that, right? That's what you really don't want to do. It's work. That's the real truth. It's work, and your ass don't want to do it. You want to sit on your ass and do some easy shit. So you come to me and you think, well, shit, at least with sub, I ain't got to sit out in the cold. I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to do that. And then you coming to me and you like, this shit look like Chinese. You're like, what the fuck is this he talking about? What is this shit he's saying? I don't get it. Damn. I thought I was going to be able to watch this shit in about a week or two. I'm ready to get a job. Shit. Everybody you hear that got a testimonial took my class. They took the class for 3 months. It took them another 3 or 4 months of studying, study groups, doing everything they could. They came and interviewed with me 3 and 4 times and failed. Then they win. But guess what, guys? In the grand scheme of things, it was just 6 months. It wasn't shit in the grand scheme of things. But it's 6 months where your ass got to put in some work. That's all it is. It's 6 months where you have to put in work. And if you refuse to do that, then whose fault is that, guys? Whose fault is that, right? If you refuse to put that work in, if you refuse to put the time that it takes to understand what the hell you looking at right here, to understand what this is and what it does and why you need a semicolon right here, right? And why if I do this and execute it, it works. Then if I take this right here and I uncomment this out, oops. If I uncomment this out right here, and then I get rid of this semicolon, now it don't work. Why? Can you answer that question? Because this worked by itself. See, if I run this, it worked. Let me see. That works. And if I run this by itself, this works too. But if I run them together, they don't work. Why? Right? And you got to understand that shit. And if you don't, you can't answer the question. It's real simple to this is real simplistic shit to my students. They should know this, right? This is the very first thing I say when we talk about CTEs. After I crack the CTE joke with Corporate Thug Entertainment with Jeezy, right? I always crack that little lame ass joke, right? But once it's over, my students know why it is what it is, why I say what I say, right? They know. But that's the point I'm trying to make. If you're not going to put the time in to understand something and put the effort in to get it, you're not going to have the money to invest. You're not. See, this shit is compounding. Really, black people have a character problem. Let's look at the definition of the word character. We lack character, guys. And I know that probably doesn't sit well with a lot of people because the racist white supremacy people don't want to hear that shit, right? You don't want to hear that shit. Man, black folks got no character problem. You saying we're just not good people. I'm not saying you're not good people. I'm not saying you're a bad person. Character is not that you'll kill or rape a child or you'll do some evil shit. Character is, did you show up on time? When I give you a loan, do you make the payments on time or do you wait till the 29th day to make a payment? If you go default on the loan, right? Or if you got a motherfucker that's running, that's calling, and they want the money, they answer the phone, but then as soon as they get the money, you got to chase them down. That type of shit, right? That's what I'm talking about, right? That type of stuff. When you lack that, and that's typical, that is indicative of the black community. A lot of that is, right? Spends the least amount of time studying and putting in work. Guys, all you got to do is look at black quarterbacks in the NFL. Y'all, you want me to ignore that shit? All you got to do is look at the black quarterbacks in the NFL. You look at your Russell Wilsons, and then you look at everybody else, right? You look at Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? You look at the bullshit he on. This nigga got his hair all over his damn head and shit like that. That's why he out the league. You wait till you 35 years old to grow your hair like a fool. I'm just telling you. You wait till you 30 some odd years old to grow your hair looking like a damn cockroach. Is that what you want? Right? And guess what? The average black man supports him wearing his hair like that. I don't. Not in no damn 30s. Not okay, when you was 20, okay, 21, first couple of, maybe first 3-4 years, okay, I get you. Cut that shit off. Mike Vick told him. Mike Vick said that, and what did them niggas do? Michael Vick is a coon. Go look at my video. I did a video on Mike Vick when he said that shit, and I supported Mike Vick. Look at the comments, them niggas. This was when the Black Lives Matter shit was roaring hard. Them niggas called me all types of coons and sellouts and shit. You Uncle Tom bootlicking coon-ish, you Sambo, I say, dude, let me get this straight. You want middle-aged and older black white men to come and understand your wild-ass fro on your hair when you looking like you Mr. I'm talking about Colin Kaepernick, want to look at people in rebellion. Like that shit look rebellious. Like what's what you trying to do? You're not wearing this shit because that's what you want to do. You wore that shit because it's a symbol now. That fro represents something. That's his link to blackness. Because see, Colin Kaepernick was raised by the richest white people in his community. He was the richest kid in his school, raised by white people. And so that's Colin Kaepernick. So you can't have that shit, right? So Colin Kaepernick, and when I said that shit, them niggas got mad. Character. One of the attributes or features to make up and distinguish an individual. What are some of the characteristics, keyword, same thing, attributes, characteristics, that make up the black community? Like if I ride through a black community, what are some of the things that you will see? A barbecue grill on the front porch? And that's it. What else? What are the other things? Parking on the grass, killing the fucking grass on the front porch. Motherfuckers just parking all on the front yard and shit. It's nothing but dirt. When there was a nice, beautiful, well-manicured lawn for you bought your black ass there. Maybe this is just some of the characteristics, right? I don't know, shooting at 3:00 in the morning, just shooting in the fucking air, waking people up on a work night. Just a thought, right? I live in Decatur, Georgia. I still can hear gunshots at night. And I'm in a good area. I'm in an area that's being gentrified, where it's white. I got white and black neighbors. But, It ain't just talking about the 4th of July either. I'm talking about it sounds like the 4th of July in the middle of January sometime. It does. Nigga just pow, pow, pow. One nigga, I swear this nigga had the sound. He's in my backyard one night. I woke up, went peep out the window. 3:30, this nigga shooting. I don't know what the fuck he was shooting. That shit sound like a cannon. Like, why you shooting that shit this time of night? Right? These are just characteristics of the black community. We know that shit, right? We used to it. You black and you grew up in the black community. I don't give a fuck where you live at. Hearing gunshots is normal. Am I right? I'm from Montgomery. I'm from Ridgecrest. Montgomery's hood is motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. Don't bring your ass to Montgomery and think that shit ain't hood. I'm not. I ain't hood enough for Montgomery. I don't even like going out in Montgomery. I'm from Montgomery. I do not like going out in Montgomery. I don't. You might get in some shit in Montgomery. That's why I don't want to go. Right? It's not my cup of tea. And I'm older now. Last time I went out in Montgomery, I ain't understand shit. The music they was playing, I'm like, I'm getting old, bro. I don't know none of this shit they playing. I'm for real. It's just hood, right? So this is, all I'm saying is we gotta do better as a people. We don't, and when we talk about these things, about all the things that affect the black community, you're dealing with character mostly, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. I know that the hotel. Or should I say the white supremacy is God crowd is gonna disagree with me, but check this shit out. I don't care what a white person does. If black people were to change their character, if you could not identify the black community by the refusal to buy life insurance, if you could not identify or distinguish the black community by refusal to invest in retirement, if you could not identify the black community by renting for 30 fucking years and refusing to buy a house, right? Shit like that black people do. That's what we do, right? And then we claim the hood, but we don't own shit in the hood, right? These are just some of the things black folks do. If you could not identify black people by killing their fucking grass and putting barbecue grills on the front porch and standing around with your pants hanging off your ass, your hair all fucking knotty, right? If you could not identify that and distinguish the black community by that, it wouldn't be shit they could do to stop us. If we were as nerdy and Poindexter, and I know y'all are, oh shit, man, you talking about becoming bland. I'm not saying don't have no swag. See, that's different. I'm not saying don't have no, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like saying I don't have no swag because I got a clean cut. I ain't got no beard, guys. I know every nigga on earth got a beard. I don't. Sorry. I'm not growing one now because every black man I see got a beard and I don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's true. That you're right, Leland. That's the answer, right? So let's be honest. Like, if the black community were to change its culture, if the black community were to, let's say, for example, let's just work with me right here. Every black man that has children, I don't give a fuck if they 3 months old, you go get 3 times your income. Not I'm listening. I ain't telling you to go get 10 times your income. A lot of niggas, man, it's gonna be high. No, it's not. But a lot of y'all niggas got high blood pressure and shit and diabetes. You out of shape, fat, gut. Yeah, you might be right. Your shit might run. Your shit might be $150 a month. Lord knows you can't pay that, right? But anyway, so let's say you whatever $80 a month will get you in life insurance. That's what you go by. $80 a month. That's $20 a week. That's eating at McDonald's 3 days a week. That's it, right? You take that and you buy $80 a month worth of life insurance, whatever that will get you. Every black man that has children in one fucking generation, you know how much wealth you'll create? Because every child that gets that money, if you educate that child, let's say out of the, I don't know, however many millions that do get it, out of that, let's say you got maybe 5% that actually start viable businesses, that would change a lot in our community, bro. Right? Or here's another one. If black people were to pay their bills on time and not have bad credit, right? A lot of us don't, but let's say a lot of them don't, right? And a lot of them were to really take their credit as serious and to do everything they can to maintain their credit scores, right? And they fuck around and get an opportunity to make a payment of, you pay your shit down and let's say you pay your debt down over, like, let's say a 5-year, time span, right? You do that shit, and what happens is, as you do that, you're able to put yourself in a better financial footing, right? Where you're able to, just support your life, man, support your family, support everybody, and do what it is that you're supposed to do as a fucking man. Just let's just keep the shit a buck, right? And you do all that. What's gonna happen in one generation? Or let's say you buy a house, right? You stop renting, you buy a house, you get life insurance, and you know what? While you get a job, you max out your 401k and you put that extra 3%, 6% on in there, and the company matches it up. So you putting 12% a year in your damn 401k because you put up 6%, they put up 6%. You match that shit out, and you're disciplined, right? All these are character traits. This ain't got shit to do with white supremacy. I ain't said they gave reparations. I ain't said they got rid of police reform, prison reform. They better funded our schools. I ain't saying none of that shit. But because they didn't better fund our schools, let's say you take the schools that you have and you start spending 2 hours a day studying, like our Asian counterparts do, right? What you think? What will happen? Somebody tell me what'll happen. None of this shit, everything I just said, ain't got nothing to do with white folks. Nothing. They ain't got to do a damn thing. That is why, and we all know the answer because we're not stupid. We all know the answer, right? That tells us that white supremacy is no longer the deciding factor, because our great-grandparents could do everything I just said, but they couldn't do it, actually. They couldn't buy life insurance because they couldn't. They could only buy burial policies up to $10,000, $20,000. They couldn't go buy, $1 million worth of life insurance like a lot of white people did. Right? So when somebody will be a trailer trash, they fuck around and die, that trailer trash left them $1 million. Go listen to Dave Ramsey. Well, how much you get? Well, I got an inheritance. My granddad, he died and he left me. He left us, he left us $2 million. He left us the house. Was he wealthy? No, he just lived modestly, but he had life insurance and da-da-da. So he left y'all $2 million motherfucking dollars. What you gonna do with it? Huh? What you gonna do? Because you gotta be disciplined. That's the thing. And why? They smart. They calling Dave Ramsey. What Dave tell them? Well, first of all, what I would do is I would take that money and I would invest in growth stock mutual funds, and I would call one of our ELPs, endorsed local providers, and see what I'm saying? These are the different things that we fail to do. We don't do this shit. And because we don't do it, it hurts us in the long run. This has nothing to do with racism and everything to do with just bad character. That's it. And we don't want to do it. We don't want to do the shit that it takes to save ourselves, to save our communities. We don't. We would rather focus on boogeyman, racism, white supremacy, right? We'd rather focus on, it's racism, man. It's the systemic oppression of the black man. Yeah, you sound real smart and intelligent. Yeah, this systemic oppression. I hear you. That ain't got shit to do with it. Black mediocrity is why we fail. I said it. Black mediocrity is why black people fail. It has nothing to do with this shit that they talking about. And I can prove it. I have no fear with this shit. Oh, Anthony, he just getting here. Yeah, but like I said, the whole problem I have with a lot of this shit that we see in our communities, we make these weak-ass, lame-ass excuses as to why, and there's always some sort of system designed for this, and then we just want to sound so deep, the system, man, the system this, and systemic oppression this, and systemic oppression that, and they just don't want to let us. And I'm like, nigga, who the fuck letting you do anything? I'm letting your ass do that. Why you worried about somebody letting you do something? Anybody gonna let me do shit? I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do. I'm gonna create, I'm gonna build, I'm gonna do what I want to do. This is the difference between men and little boys. Men do what they want, the boys do what they can, right? It ain't no secret I'm a grown-ass man. Ain't that what Jesus said? So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we want these excuses to be our crutch to hold. Well, man, look, man, I will have this, but, it's the white man, the system, they won't let me, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, you talk like that with your mom. My mom won't let me. My mom won't let me come outside. I got a D on my report card. My dad won't let me. Da-da-da-da-da. When you a grown man and you talking about somebody won't let you do something, that shit is embarrassing. I hate it. I'm going to give it to you. Give it to you raw right quick. That shit is humiliating and embarrassing. And for a grown-ass man to tell us that the white man ain't going to let him do something. And I'm sorry, you might want to unsubscribe from my channel if you think it's the white man that's stopping you from doing any of this shit that I just named off. Well, we won't do it because, see, they got our minds trained. And, you know, in the mind, the white man has our, it's like, damn, nigga, so you can't get an erection and fuck and get and have a nut because the white man won't let you? Well, he ain't got shit to do with that. Well, oh, so you can go and have unprotected sex, bop out 50, 60 kids and shit. Then when the kids come, then it's racism, white supremacy. It's racism, white supremacy when the kids get here. But up until that point, it wasn't, right? Is that what you're saying? Which is it? Talk to me. It can't be both. I know y'all like, man, you oversimplifying that shit, man. It ain't that. You making this shit seem real simple. It is. It is that damn simple. Fixing your credit is simple. It takes time. It takes discipline. It takes, I get excited. When I focus on paying down debt, I get excited when I pay my fucking bills. That shit is good. It feels good. That's a good feeling when you drop money on a bill and that shit say paid off to zero. Y'all ever, you pay some shit to zero. Pay your smallest bill to zero. See how that shit feel. Because every month that shit eating your ass alive. If you got a credit card and that bitch got like $5,000 on it and you done maxed it out, first of all, you losing points on your credit, right? You can go to Credit Karma and see a simulator, go to the tools section and go to simulator and say, okay, if I pay this card down to $2,000, what would it do to my credit? If I pay it down to $1,200, what would it do? Look at it. Your shit will jump 50 points. You're like, damn, I have 7. It'd be the first time I had 725, 750. I'll be damn. I jumped 65 points off that shit. Just because I paid $3,000. Now, between now and Christmas, can you get your hands on $3,000? Shit, yeah. Most black folks in America, I don't give a damn what you say, it ain't too many niggas in America that can't get their hands on $60,000. I mean, I'm sorry, on $3,000 in a few months. You know what I'm saying? That it just ain't. Like, if you think you can't get your hands on that kind of money in a few months, you weak. You are a weak white man. And dare I say, you are a weak black man. And Darwinism needs to kick in and get rid of your ass. Some of y'all niggas need to go. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all got to go. Because some of y'all just, if you really think that you can't do shit because the black community is being held back because of racism, white supremacy, and the black man is stopping me from, being able to, start this and do this. Man, it ain't my fault, man. I wanted to do it, but I'm just saying, the white man, he only let us get as far. And I hate when I niggas hit. When somebody say that shit, I be mad as hell. Like, what you mean he only let you get as far? That man ain't stopping your ass. Nigga, he can stop you. He can pull you over and shoot you. Like, what are the statistical chances of me being one of the 50 people per year that are unarmed, that are shot, that ain't out here wrestling with a cop and got shot? I mean, what are the chances? Out of 40 some odd million people, if you got your paperwork together, you got your license, registration, you're not doing anything illegal, 9 times out of 10, the cop gonna pull your ass over, give you a ticket. He might cuss at you and he gonna talk to you slick because they are some fuck niggas. A lot of them are. But that being said, most times, man, you run into no cop. Cop ain't finna shoot your ass. That ain't your number one fear. I was at the barbershop the other day. You know what I'm saying? And they say some shit like, well, man, we at war, brother. We at war. This is when I told y'all I made a video the other day and I was talking about how I was at the barbershop and I showed the guy the Colin Kaepernick commercial on Netflix. And I just said, man, this nigga full of shit. I said, look at this nigga all sad because of a Confederate flag. And then I started talking about General Lee. And I said, man, I remember I was watching the damn Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid. And man, that shit, I didn't give a damn about no damn Confederate flag. I knew it was a Confederate flag and didn't care. I still like the General Lee. You think if I had a chance to get the exact same car, I'm not talking about the new upgrade like a Challenger or something. I'm talking about the exact same car from the 70s that the Dukes of Hazzard had. How many of y'all want that bitch? You get a paint job. Now, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna ride around with the damn Confederate flag on the top, but I get a paint job. Fuck that. I want that. That was the car. I liked the car. I didn't care. And I used to love to see them jump, do the jump shit. That's all I used to love. I used to run and jump off shit, talking about some yeehaw when I was a kid, because I loved the Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't give a damn about no Confederate flag. And so I talked about that shit, and this dude came in. Dude heard me. He walked his ass in. Well, you know, man, that was our parents, man. Our parents, they let us watch that shit. That shit program. I said, brother, how did that shit program you to do anything? Did that hurt you in any way, shape, form, or fashion? Can you explain to me how that stopped you from doing anything in life? Just because you watched Dukes of Hazzard. You know what he told me? Hell yeah, held us back. I said, how? I said, I don't worship the white man. I watch that shit. That shit don't affect me. If I see a Confederate flag today, I say I'm from Alabama. I see flags all the time. I saw one year. Look, what was that? Friday, Saturday, riding from Birmingham down to Montgomery, because I went to Birmingham first, then we went to Montgomery, and I ride down through right past Targerville. They got a big ass white Sons of the Confederacy flag. Let me show you. They got that shit up that's called Sons of the Confederacy, right? And I'm like, okay, so that shit don't bother me. I remember when they had that shit, they made a big ass deal. A lot of black folks in the city did. Damn, let me stop. Hold on. I don't know why I do that. Hold up. So a lot of black people was calling the little radio. Damn. Why is it doing that? Sorry, guys. Let me do it again. There we go. All right. So right here. All right. Sons of the Confederacy. Right here. And right here. This right here, man. I rolled right by this shit the other day. Y'all think that? Y'all see me all downtrodden about that shit? Oh, I saw a Confederate flag on the side of the highway. Bitch, I don't come in that bitch talking on the phone. We laughing and shit. I ain't even look at it. I'm used to it. But I see it. Only reason I look at it now when I ride by is because I'm a YouTuber and I know I done told y'all that shit. So now I look at it from a different perspective. But this shit don't hurt my feelings. You think this shit hurt my feelings? You will hurt me. Stop me from getting a loan. Stop me from getting a job. Stop me from running my business. Run my ass out of town and take all my money out of my bank account and shit like that. Then you gonna hurt me. This shit don't hurt me because you don't want to be ashamed of your forefathers. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, what? If LeBron James can make 200, well, yeah, that is flawed logic. I didn't say that. I didn't say everybody's going to be 6'8", 270 pounds on steroids and shit and stack a bunch of teams and get ESPN to suck his dick for 20 years and try to lobby to get him the best top 5 players in the league for 20 seasons straight and then say he's better than Michael Jordan. I mean, everybody can't beat LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be that. That's not what I'm saying, my nigga. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about living your best life. I'm talking about, see, let me explain something to you, brother. And I'm not trying to, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Just in general. This is the logic of a lot of people that are on the other side of these arguments. What they say is, well, you're trying to say just because he made $1 million, everybody's going to make $1 million. But you ain't going to make $1 million. I may never make $1 million, but my son is going to have a damn good chance. How would you like to be born with $700,000-$800,000 already to the good? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? How would you like if somebody said, hey, he goes $700,000. Your dad died. When my dad died in 2006, God rest his soul, taught me a lot. Didn't leave me shit. We had enough money to put him in the ground, but he didn't leave us shit. What if he said, man, look, I'm going to leave y'all. I'm going to go ahead and leave y'all about $800,000. What would that have done? Right? I got a half brother and 3 other brothers and sisters. So that would have left me about $160,000 liquid cash in like 2006. Shit. Right when my real estate housing thing was taking off, man, I would have been still in the middle of the bubble. I could have probably I wanted to do commercial shit, just didn't have $160,000. Had I got that, I would have probably took that 160 and went and built some apartments or some shit, did some boss shit, and probably would have been able to avoid the housing bubble. Or I would have did a subdivision or some shit like that. See what I'm saying? That's what that shit'll do. Life insurance. Now, do I have that money? No. I don't have that money in liquid cash in the bank for my son, but if like something happened to me, he'll have it. His mama will have it. You see what I'm saying? And by the time he turns 35, because I gave strict, specific instructions as to what to do with about 20% of that money that he's going to get, he's going to be laced. He's not giving it to some college or university. I say, to hell with college. Look, take that money, wait till he's about 35 and give him X amount of millions. He'll have $3-4 million. You think I care? That's the difference. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, everybody can't be LeBron. Everybody can buy $80 worth of life insurance, though. That's it. I ought to make a video called $80 worth of life insurance. Right? And just do like, because, I mean, come on, man. $80. I don't care how you might have pre-existing conditions. You guys get at least $100,000 for $80 a month. At least. But if you go to the right company and you ain't got no health problems, shit, $80 might get your ass about $400,000. $400,000 easy. If you like 35, easy. You get, they got like some companies now go 40 years on the life insurance. And it's not just 35, 30 years or whatever, 35. So you can go damn near till you 85 years old. You know what I'm saying? You could get life insurance at 40. What I mean, anybody. So we not buying life insurance? That ain't got shit to do with being LeBron James. Right? You're not maxing out your 401k? What they got to do with you can keep your job. You ain't taking a risk. You're not starting a business. Max out your 401k. Does that have anything to do with being LeBron James? You know, people say they call this respectability politics. That's what they preach against. Black people preach against this and call it respectability politics because I'm asking you to do something. Anytime you ask or require any type of thing or accountability from black folks, they call it respectability politics. You can't ask niggas to actually be responsible. Man, you telling niggas to fix their credit. Nigga, what's wrong with you? That's respectability politics. Black people are poor. Black people don't have any money. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Right? You go to the government. You beg the government. That's what you do. Right? Ain't that what she say? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't going to say the name because y'all get emotional about her ass. Right? That's what you do. You beg for money. You know what I'm saying? You don't manage your shit like you're supposed to, like any self-respecting adult. No, you beg. You beg them to give you shit, right? This is what the typical black person does. This is how we think politically. We think this is how politics works, right? And so I struggle with that shit because in my mind, I'm like, well, damn. You know, let me see if I can find that video. I'm going to find the video. Fuck it. I'm going to go and fuck with y'all for a second. If I can find it. If I can't find it, I ain't going to find it. No, let me go back the other way. So it's a Black Patriarch video I put up. And in that video, he was talking about the same damn thing about how black people just refuse to accept shit. We think that it's all based on, some shit. And so, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can click on this one. Here we go. Here goes a good one.
Black Patriarch.
So what I want you to think about in terms of solutions, I have another solution, but I don't know whether or not that's going to be a solution that people can digest either. It's not that I don't have solutions. It's just that some of you are incapable of digesting the solutions as I present them. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. In terms of let's go with the first. Let's go with the first solution. Let's go with the first thing. Is that stop clock up? Let's go with the first thing. Okay. Here, in terms of how we frame it, and I want you to really just think about. I want you to just think about this. I want you to just think about this because I like to frame things when I'm having a conversation with you. I really like to just frame it in a way that you can understand and everybody can understand.
By transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux.
Y'all young bucks don't remember this. This in living color right here.
Of my venereal infection. The chauvinistic
Give to the United Negro Scholarship Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to develop without help.
Oh, shit.
Black people believe that if you got some Negro over talking people, babbling, rambling on, talking loud, fish mouth, and all this gesticulating, that means that he made a point. This is where your pastors come from. But to black people, that impresses us. He talking loud. He sound confident. He must be good. He must be right. That impresses most black people.
Black Patriarch.
Black Patriarch. Y'all guys go check his channel. I'm gonna give y'all the link to it. But that's the guy though. Black Patriarch is the guy, man. But let me go and find. It was a video that I watched literally just the other day about. Oh, here it is, right here. Blacks don't understand economics. So in this video, let me go back. Here we go.
The journalist interviewing him somehow wrote that I'm worried about people in Africa because of their low IQ.
People didn't do that. Rich people pass down generational wealth. Look, you know.
Even Bill Gates, even Bill Gates, when you look at that, like they done sold us like they make Bill Gates sound like he came from Compton or Zuckerberg. Dude, folks, his daddy was one of the top trademark attorneys in Seattle. You put that with his computer thing, he was ahead of the game.
Most black people are poor or in the working class. Like that's poverty. You know, this is what happens when you don't have any inheritance. You don't have any inheritance. We don't have good schools.
So how could you not get, like, this is what I'm talking about, like $80 worth of life insurance, man. You can't pay $80, you can't pay $20 a week for life insurance. These are the different things. We're poor. You don't have any inheritance because niggas refuse to get it. You telling me AJ Johnson, who just died, he couldn't get $150,000, $200,000 worth of life insurance? Come on, man.
There was a study recently that showed most black people, you know, the majority of the black community go to failing schools. Okay, we don't have any inheritance.
You go to failing schools because you fail at home as parents. Let's go ahead and go there. We fail as parents because we don't put the time in with our children to make sure. We believe buying them $85 shoes, or 85. I'm thinking from 1985. I'm sorry. We believe in buying them $200 shoes is somehow going to set them straight in life.
We have failing schools. There are no jobs. That means that we're a part of a permanent.
So why do you, guys? There are no jobs, but I just showed you. If you go on Craigslist, if y'all think I'm bullshitting, and call one of them dudes that do HVAC right now, I guarantee you his ass is booked up for the next 4-5 days. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. It don't be no damn handyman talking about you do all types of shit. Them niggas is 2 weeks booked out. I'm telling you what I know. I called hell with my house on my channel trying to find somebody that had the time. Most of them won't even answer the phone and call you back. They so damn busy. That's just real, man. Somebody ain't no damn jobs out here. Shit.
Underclass.
Get the skills. You get skills, your ass will get a job. See, he say it's true. Most black people. It is true. That is true. But inheritance has never been the reason why some people become rich and why most black people are poor. It is. In fact, most millionaires have not inherited their wealth. Most of them inherited under $100,000. If the one out of the ones that did inherit something, it was under $100,000. Most of them. So that's not it. So let me go right here. Here we go. So this is a Black Patriarch video. I like to go through his videos. He does a lot of interesting research on shit. He says most black people strongly believe that leftist ideas are the best solutions to solve problems in the black community. This is what I'm talking about. Who is to blame for the condition of the black community? You know what I'm saying? Bro, you being funny, right? You being funny. You being funny. You being funny, man. Come on, you being funny. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Cut the bullshit, man. You laughing. This might sound kind of crazy, but most black people can't afford $80+ a month for life insurance sub. Bullshit. Bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's like saying most black women can't afford $80 a month for hair weave. Come on, man. You believe that shit? Come on, dog. Dog, I'm a black man spend that just on haircuts in 2 weeks. Just on a fucking haircut. You can't get a haircut every 2 weeks and pull that money out? Shit. Come on, man. Stop. And this is what I'm saying, Mark. Mark, I hear you say, I agree, they play a much larger point in the bad state we are in, but we are born in a system of white supremacy, so they already set you back. How did they set you back, bro? Tell me. Be specific. How do they set us back? How? You go to a school that's failing, that's setting you back. Your parents can't move. You locked in for life. Well, my parents don't make enough money. Why do your parents not make enough money? Well, they went to a failing school. So just because you go to a failing school, I had a 1.9 GPA out of high school. You're not gonna get that shit from me. You're not gonna get it from me. I'm not gonna agree with you, brother. And we ain't got no disrespect, obviously, but we're just not gonna agree that you think that black people are locked in life because they came out of a high school and they were behind out of high school, so they screwed for the rest of their life. Bullshit. No, you're not. You make up your mind what you want and you go for it. It all has to do with what your parents put in you as character. What was put in you as a child? Do you believe in that black average mediocrity bullshit, or do you really know that you can win if you give it all you have? If you go out here and lay down your ideologies that you've been taught and just say, man, let me go out here and bust my ass and show up on time and do what the boss tell me and put in the extra time studying, put in the extra time, pay instead of buying X amount of dollars in shoes. Guys, this is the shit I'm talking about right here. And I'm not, no disrespect to you, bro. But, you know, let's say average cost of a class at Mathnavium, right? Because math and science, it takes everything, guys. Math and science, right? If you got math and science, your child is set on a path of success. You know what I'm saying? I agree that the percentage of everything being their fault is drastically changing fast, and maybe more our fault by not waking up to the bullshit brainwashing. Yeah, but I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think you probably didn't watch the beginning of the video. At the beginning of the video, I talked about why I'm for reparations, and I talked about how white people historically did a lot of fucked up things that set black people behind. And I think that are what you're seeing today are the lasting effects, mental effects of that fuckery that was committed, because it was. And that they need to pay for. That's why I say it's reparations. If you come and show up with guns and torches and told my great-great-grandfather who he couldn't have a construction company, or he couldn't get into railroads, or he couldn't do what Lehman Brothers did, or whatever, right? Which is literally what you see when you see shit like the Red Summer of 1919. Like, that's what that shit was. They don't talk about it. They don't talk about that shit, right? But if you look at it, this is specifically what was done. So when you talk about systemic oppression and white supremacy, bro, look at this map. I'm from Montgomery. My dad told me when he was my granddad told my dad that when he was little, he remembered them trying to burn down all the businesses and black businesses and banks in the city. They was going straight for the businesses and the banks. They was burning them down. 1919. My granddad died in 03. He was born. He was probably about 10 round in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying he was like 90-something years old. When he died, he told me, he told my granddad, he told my dad. That's the shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. And so what I'm saying is that although this took place, this reparations is over for this shit, wealth was lost. Guys, the largest black-owned hotel in the world was in Memphis, Tennessee, and it was owned by a black guy whose grandson wound up becoming like a Chicago investor. He runs I forget the name of it, investment firm out of Chicago, right? But that being said, his granddad was much wealthier relatively speaking, but he was ran out of business. And basically, I ain't gonna say, I don't know if he died broke. I don't know the rest of the story, but I do know he came to Chicago broke because they burned his they tried to burn his hotel down, and they basically took his property and annexed it. Black dude, this shit was normal. I know a black dude I can do a video live right now with, if y'all want me to. Family got 500 acres stolen from them in South Carolina. They moved to Youngstown, Ohio. He said his folks, they showed up and told him, middle of the day, told his wife, his dad wasn't there, said, if y'all niggas don't leave, we gonna burn this shit down. Your house, we gonna burn it down. Obviously, they meant kill them. So they had to leave in the middle of the night and left 500 acres. He said when he ride down there now, that shit is high price property, houses, land, shopping centers, all that shit was his family's. He said that shit make him mad as hell. That shit affects people. Care what nobody say, right? So I'm for reparations for that shit alone, right? And of course, it caused a mental block that we still have, and that's what I'm actually talking about. We talking about the same thing. I'm just talking about it from a different angle. I'm talking about that mental block that was created from all this fuckery shit that they did. That's what caused it. See what I'm saying? Now, that being said, you know, that good example, Mathnasium. How much money does it cost? The average cost of Mathnasium tutoring is around $200 to $300 per month. The price of tutoring can vary greatly by region or even by zip code. So that's one, right? But if I go to Kumon is $130 a class. You know, for me, is it really worth it? Those kids on average come out of Kumon 2-3 grades ahead. So wherever school your child is at, your child could be at a public failing school, and you sitting in the Kumon a couple hours a week. That child in about 6-7 months gonna be probably 2-3 grades ahead. I know, I saw this shit firsthand. Last year when the pandemic happened, we took my son, I said, man, he old enough, we going to Kumon. Went to Kumon, signed up, we was drilling with him every day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Right? So what you got? But let's be honest here. Everyone ain't not a boss or we wouldn't have workers. My point is we are not starting off the same, which is why we need our own. We do need our own, fam. I agree with you. But you look at shit the wrong way. And I'm not trying to be funny about you, but in general, I think it's the wrong way to worry about white folks and where they are. They are ahead. Don't worry about what other people are. You will leapfrog the average white person very easily. You know how easy it is to leapfrog the average white person? All you got to do is real simple. Life insurance, man. Just with life insurance and educate. This shit ain't got nothing to do with you having a business, investing, none of that shit. Just get you some life insurance, buy your house, and educate your kids on how to manage money. None of that shit is risky, what I just said. You can mop floors, okay? You can clean toilets and do this shit I'm just saying. And your child will leapfrog in one generation, leapfrog all these white people, because most white people don't have, they not doing the shit I'm talking about. Most of them aren't, guys. The average white person is up to their eyeballs in debt, guys. America is, most people in America are in debt and broke. Most people go to college and get these meaningless ass degrees, right? If you just tell your child to get a trade, by the time they graduate high school, they already have an associate's in computer, you know, they know how to do databases. Or they come fuck with me for 6 months over the summer or some shit one time, 2 summers or something. They come out, they know how to do coding. They know how to do all this shit. And you go drop that child off in a job at 18 years old, making $90,000. You fuck around. You got life insurance. You die, you leave them $600,000-$700,000. You taught them you raised them, learning how to manage money. Little bitty shit. We don't do that. White people don't either. Newsflash. So it's not like all white people are just fucking wealthy. What you're looking at is the aggregate of them counting the small hat wealth of Wall Street and a lot of ultra rich white people in with white people. And then you got a bunch of middle and upper middle class white folks. And then you got the average white person. If you just take out the average, you say, okay, what's the norm if you extract out all the ultra wealthy people? The average. Bro, you're looking at people that's just a little bit better ahead, a little bit further ahead than black folks. Most of them. That's the dirty little secret. It's just like saying men versus women when it comes to the average income per year. Women make 74 cents on the dollar. I mean, yeah, that shit sound good until you really start factoring that shit out like you're supposed to. Then you realize that shit is not true. It's just that they use that to get you emotionally riled up. White folks ain't just killing it like that, bro. There are a lot of them aren't. I just think you think black people are way brighter than they are and not sleep into their detriment. Nah, wait a minute now, brother. We had locked up on that shit. The cycle has to break and white supremacy pushes it. Well, I mean, you call it white supremacy. I call it small hats. That's it. That's the difference. Small hats push black people down this road of white supremacy, and we think that it's insurmountable. I'm saying it's not insurmountable. You should fuck with what I'm saying. I'm not saying this shit is insurmountable. I'm saying that you can win if you give effort, if you try. But when you listen to shit like this right here, listen to this.
Yeah. I mean, people don't understand like how much money, like the budget, how many, billions and trillions of dollars we have in a budget. So, and nobody asks, like, well, how you gonna find that money? We got the money. So don't tell me we don't have the money. And I ain't gotta figure out. I'm not an accountant. I'm not your accountant. I don't have to figure out like how's he gonna pay for this. No, you said you're gonna pay for it, Bernie. When you get in there, you figure out how to pay for it. And when you don't have anything, that's what you do. Like we don't have
anything. That's what you do. You beg. Watch this.
Black people don't have money. We don't have wealth. When you don't have money and you don't have wealth, that's what you do. You say you figure it out. If you promise out.
Wait a minute. You tell a small hat named Bernie Sanders, you figure out what we need to do because we ain't got no money. You figure it out.
If somebody promises you, if somebody comes to your house tomorrow and you don't have anything to eat and they say I'm gonna buy you groceries, you don't say, well, where you gonna get the money from? Where do you work at? You just say, go get me groceries. I'm hungry. That's all you say. This is insane.
That's I'm just saying, she's very popular. And he is right. He says, and Boy Washington promotes and presents this woman on his channel as an intellectual. But anyway. And many black leftists also love to point the fact that successful liberal countries enjoy strong economies and high standard of living.
What do most Americans think about when they think of Sweden? Music, the Muppets? Maybe. But I'd put my money on something else. The iconic Swedish model.
Whenever they profile the Swedes, they always seem to be so happy and beautiful.
Compared to most other nations, Sweden is a success story. But why is Sweden successful? Many credit Sweden's generous welfare state and progressive policies with creating a standard of living that is among the best in the world.
Can the rest of the world learn from Sweden?
If you're willing to, yes.
Many think we should be more like them.
If an American would tell me that, the U.S. should be more like Sweden, I would say, I don't think it's possible.
Dr. Charlotta Stern is a sociologist at Stockholm University.
The U.S. is a very diverse society, whereas Sweden is
Now watch what she's saying. Now I'm gonna explain something to you, man. In this video, the whole point of this video is that human capital is really what is the dictator or measure of how successful a group of individuals are. And black people have the least amount of human capital in America, adjacent to illegal immigrants. And so we suffer. And you will see that in any nation, the higher the human capital, Japan, the more successful. Whereas the lower the human capital, the more of a brain drain, Nigeria, the less successful. These are just inconvenient truths that if you measure, you really want to increase your station in life, just increase your human capital. I don't give a damn about what the white man's human capital is because you really ain't trying to be funny, guys. Let me tell you the truth. It ain't really hard to catch up with them. That's not even my standard. I got my own goals. My goals aren't to make what white people make. That shit ain't hard to do. Ask my students. That shit is not hard. You come fuck with me for 6 months and bust your ass, you will leapfrog 90% of white folks. That's not really hard to do. Not hard to do at all. That ain't no. I'm not thinking like that. We thinking big. We thinking, no, I want way more than that. You see what I'm saying?
At least has been up to modern times very homogenous. People have looked the same, had the same religion, they speak the same language.
Some people feel that Sweden grew rich because of social democracy or labor unions, but that's not the reason Sweden grew rich. Sweden grew rich like any country that is rich, through well-functioning capitalist institutions. Sweden grew rich like any country that is rich, through well-functioning capitalist institutions. Well-functioning capitalist institutions. Work, trade, innovation.
That, says Baird, is what transformed the poverty-stricken Sweden of the late 19th century into one of the world's richest nations.
I want y'all to see this part about Bill Gates. That's the piece I want to get into. So he says Swedish people are extremely productive, and just like Japanese people, they have an extremely high human capital at their disposal. That's really what it is. The more, if you increase black people's human capital, we wouldn't even know what the words white and supremacy mean in a sentence together. We would, well, I know that sounds kind of fucked up, but what I'm saying is we wouldn't think like we do. We wouldn't talk about white supremacy as much. We wouldn't say the system of white supremacy is designed to put us back and we can't, the system, fuck the system. Bitch, I ain't worried about the system. I'm coming to Silicon Valley. Bitch, we taking over all the jobs and ain't shit you can do about it because we the best. And if you want to win in business, you're going to hire the best or your enemy's going to give me a job. So you're going to give me a job for your enemy hire me. And then we kicking your ass and you like, damn, I should have gave him a job. That damn coder, he added functionality in their website that we don't have. And that's the difference from MySpace and Facebook. Watch this. Here you go. Watch this. Productivity, man. Being productive as a black person is the real key, man. Are you a productive black person? Do you have skills? What do you provide to society? Do you have any skills? If you don't, then you won't be successful. But in the black community, many people think that rich people built wealth simply because they were lucky or grew up in wealthy families. Now watch this.
And one of the things that I really realize about this wealth is we don't understand timing as well. So when I say timing as well, we don't understand what just happened as far as a major shift in terms of new people getting into any kind of money. The kind of shift we saw has consolidated wealth. And when they say wealth is, it means that there's not going to be new chances to come from the mailroom and become the CEO. That's done. And we got to get honest about that. Malcolm Gladwell, and I want everybody reading this, listening to this to maybe go pick it up.
See, and it's the thing about books like that. I like the book. I actually liked it. It talks about the opportunity of something, having opportunities actually provides it. The problem is you have opportunities. I just showed you a few of them. He thinks that he's looking at the the tip of the tip top and saying, well, you can't become Bill Gates. Bill Gates didn't start at the tip top. Listen to this.
Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. He did this analysis, and what he showed is, I'm gonna share this. Is Bill Gates a billionaire? He probably wouldn't have started Microsoft if he hadn't been born in 1955. That made Gates old enough to take advantage of the opportunities that opened up with the introduction in 1975 of the Altair 8800, the first do-it-yourself computer kit. but he wasn't so old to be settled in his life and not take a leap of faith. Also, his father was one of the best trademark attorneys in Seattle. And then they continue on. They say, coincidence? Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen was born in 53. Apple founder Steve Jobs was born in 55. And Sun Microsoft Systems founder Bill Joy was born in 54. So, like, you're looking at whiteness.
All right, now. This is we think that's what it is. Let him play this.
Wealth and timing. You're looking at whiteness, wealth, and timing. Not just coding.
Now, let me explain something to you. You know what? Let me go and look at founding a few companies. Like we're gonna always talk about Sergey Brin and all of them, right? This is the one I always go to, right? Let's go to this one. I'll come back to the other video. Let's go to this one.
Today, more than half of the Valley's engineers were born in other countries.
Y'all hear that shit? Let's keep going.
Doing something that is really innovative and cutting edge and that you can't do anywhere else. That is a compelling story, and that's why they come here.
Why the fuck can black people even get in the fucking room? Like when you spending 30 minutes a night? Because first of all, when you're talking about any computer science or computer engineering degree at any 4-year college or university, your ass is going to have to know math. Can you do it? No.
The roster of immigrants who have shaped Silicon Valley includes Alexander Punyatov from Russia, founder of Ampex.
Were they rich? Most of these companies who started out of their damn garage, half of them, man.
Andrew Grove from Hungary.
They were in the right place at the right time. Guess what the right place is right now? The internet. You can be in nigga keep running Alabama if you want to, right? You can be in Lynch or nigga Georgia. But if your ass can get on the internet with your cell phone, you can create wealth. I mean it.
CEO of Intel, Jerry Yang from Taiwan, co-founder of Yahoo, Andreas Bechtolsheim from Germany, and Vinod Khosla from India, co-founders of Sun Microsystems.
Yeah, now I'm gonna say this. Now, this is what kind of really fucks with me a little bit. I'm gonna tell the truth. This shit gonna fuck with me, but I'm gonna tell the truth. Look, man, as much as I talk about the small hats, a lot of that shit is just, man, they just work hard, man. A lot of them are working hard, bro. Like, and I mean, a lot of them do a lot of fuck shit, okay? And a lot of them on some fuck shit, and they do control our shit. But let's be honest, and I'm gonna show y'all a clip in a second. Let's keep going.
Elon Musk from South Africa, founder of Tesla, and from Russia.
It's really the ability to search for knowledge that is the transformative event of our era.
This global giant, like so many of the Valley's legendary firms, owes its founding to the Valley's magnetic attraction, a force that draws two ambitious young people here.
It's, two people out of Stanford, that...
First of all, in order to get into the master's program at Stanford, what are the qualifications? You tell me. What do you got to make to get into the master's program at Stanford, damn near Ivy League? We talking about the competitors of MIT, right? Come on, man. Somebody from Stanford master's program probably could have got into MIT too. Am I reaching? Probably could have got in at Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth, Brown, Cornell, Columbia. I mean, am I wrong?
Never had a job before and started what today is one of the most successful companies in the world.
Larry Page is from Michigan. Sergey Brin, born in Russia.
Larry Page
grows up in Maryland. After college, each wants to pursue a PhD in computer science.
What is the PhD qualifications at a PhD? You want a PhD in computer engineering from Stanford? You know how smart your ass gotta be. I ain't gonna lie. I was too lazy to do that shit. I'm telling the truth. I was lazy. I ain't had no damn 3.8. They'd have laughed at my ass trying to go. So I guess what? My laziness kept me out the fucking room because I'm an entrepreneur like a motherfucker. I would have saw this shit, be like, man, let's get on it. You think if I'd have been sitting in that lab and them two white boys sitting over there designing this shit, I'm sitting, hey man, let me help y'all out a little bit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me help y'all, man. This shit, why don't you change this? I've been standing over their shoulders. They'd have designed that shit, man. They'd have walked, hey man, we about to do a corporation. ABC Corporation. I tell you what, man. Let me get 1%. Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Bitch, I got 1% of Google. You got 1% of Google, bitch. You a billionaire. See what I'm saying? You a billionaire. I'm a billionaire if I take that 1% today and do something with it. See what I'm saying? Could you get in the room though? Can you even get in the room? So when you say timing, this ain't just like, you know what? Black people can easily get in the Stanford PhD program, but they just chose not to be there. It was just timing. Shit. They couldn't get in the motherfucker. They couldn't get in there. I mean, I hate to say it like that. Most of us, and if they are, they probably African or Caribbean. Oops. They ain't us. They ain't descendants of slaves. You got maybe 1, 2 in the whole fucking program probably. Every 2-3 years. It's mostly somebody. Yeah, my mom's from Africa. She works at a gas station. And my dad, he's still in Africa. Some shit like that. That's usually how it works.
Each decides to come to the Valley, to Stanford, where in 1995 they meet. The next year, they decide to work together on a thesis project to improve the sorry state of search on the internet.
Guys, I was at Delta on a project, and the students from Georgia Tech came, called a meeting, called the people, the executives, and all the people from Delta. All us went in this room, and we was about like 100 and some people squeezed in, standing up, right? And these students did a presentation. Now they was like 18, 20, 21. And they sat there and told us, guys, we think your system is not working properly. And this is why. We noticed that da-da-da-da-da-da. And if you were to do this, what we think you could do is do this, and it would work better. And the guys was like, well, damn, you're right. I was like, you know how fucking sharp you got to be able to look at some companies, like, way their system works, understand it, redesign it, and show them it's better. And you got to have, look here, man, when you talking about Delta, let me explain something to y'all. When I work in Delta, you walk on the floor. It is like, imagine you got like maybe this shit, each floor is about the size of a football field. Okay. Just let me tell you how big it is. Right. They ain't gonna see about half a football field. And it's nothing but cubicles and desks and people sitting on like bean bags and shit. And you got these little private rooms and shit where you can write on like glass walls and shit. And everybody's in there coding. And we talking about Stanford, Dartmouth, Ivy League. We talking smart people. So for you to come from Georgia Institute of Technology, walk in there and tell them you better know your shit, right? And they was able to do it. So miss me with this luck shit. That's not luck. That's putting 2 hours in a night. Let me show you exactly what it is. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you why they was able to do that shit. Let me see if I can find my little diagram. Y'all know my favorite little diagram. Here it is. This is why they were able to do that shit right there. This is why. This is why, guys. Black students. Time high school students spend on homework by race. Right here, look at that. Black students. A little bit, about 32, 33 minutes a night. White man, damn near working twice as hard as us. They almost an hour. The Hispanic working harder. And look at the damn Asians. They are right at 2 hours, man. And then you want to come talking about racism, white supremacy, stopping you from doing that. Now, that's just laziness, what I just showed you. This is laziness right here. This is culture. We fail in schools. If you do this, you take this student right here, put him in that same school with them black kids. You think that student, that Asian student, gonna come in that same failing school and not get them damn scholarships and wind up at Stanford? Huh? Do you think that Asian student is going to fail in that black school? Or is that Asian student still going to get them scholarships and rise to the top? That shit happened. That actually happened. That has actually happened. I've seen Asian students come in and run circles. I was at Carver. Carver's supposed to be in a bad school. We had a student in that bitch missed 3 questions on the ACT. His ass will play ball till 4 o'clock and he going home. I'm staying in that bitch till 9 o'clock every night. I was a much better basketball player than him, but his ass wound up being a doctor. I'm just saying. And I was a better basketball player. But he wound up playing college ball even still. He wasn't no scrub. He wasn't no slouch. Let's go.
And like, they make Bill Gates sound like he came from Compton or Zuckerberg. Dude, folks, his daddy was one of the top trademark attorneys in Seattle. You put that with his computer thing, he was ahead of the game. And so, like, was he a billionaire already? No. And so like, but how like if you have that kind of like access and nobody else does, putting it all together, I guess.
Well, in 1975, he probably had more access, but today you're telling me that your child does not have access to a computer. Your child does not have access to the internet. Your child does not have access to YouTube. Your child does not have access to Lifting the Veil IT Academy. Your child does not have access to anything. You can't go and pay $25 a month and watch videos on Udemy or Pluralsight or the other little yellow side, I forget the name of it, Wendy or whatever the name of it is. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. But you know what I'm saying? Like you can put your child in a position to succeed if you want to. But do you really want that?
Has value. Even President Obama has admitted this with his recent quote where he said, that quote is so powerful. He basically says that I'm tired of successful people acting like luck isn't part of it. And luck is a huge.
Man, let me tell you something. You create luck, guys. Y'all hear me? I don't believe in luck. I don't. I believe in destiny. I believe in preparing your sails so when the winds of opportunity blow, your sails will catch the wind and move. That's what I believe in. Success is like you in a ship and you know the wind gonna blow eventually. You just don't know when. Put your sails up. Did you do that? Or did you say, well, the system designed for me to fail, I'm not gonna put my sails up? Well, shit. So what you're saying is the system designed for you to fail. So you're not gonna learn HVAC, you're not gonna learn electrician, you're not gonna learn plumbing, you're not gonna learn IT, you're not gonna learn anything because the system is designed for you to fail, and it is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will fail. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. I'm gonna fail because the system said I'm supposed to fail. That's black folks.
Huge part of it.
The thing that I would like to get through to black people is that stop thinking that your desire and your, to be great is bigger than the institutions and bigger than the structures that exist in this country. Like, these people are wealthy not because they were just go-getters. Or I see all this crap online about, here are 20 things you can do to be a rich person. He act like rich people. Start, get up at this time and you stay up at this time and you check email at this time. No, that's not how to get rich. Rich people didn't do that.
He says Bill Gates didn't wake up in the morning and become a billionaire just because he was born at the right place at the right time. Bill Gates was, first of all, a brilliant student who managed to build the most successful company on earth. Facts. They want to ignore intelligence. And how do you gain intelligence? How is intelligence propagated? A lot of times doing shit like this. In order to get into that program with Sergey Brin and Page and what is his name, in order to get in those programs to get into the PhD program at Stanford, you probably need to put in around 2 hours a night. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's just the real truth, man. Let's get back to it. Agreed, Gabe. Most of you said I think it's a little of luck, i.e. destiny and preparation. But guess what, Gabe? You would not be where you are if you didn't have preparation, bro. You just wouldn't. Okay, if your ass had dropped out at the University of Michigan and you didn't do what you did, your parents didn't have you at 9th grade doing the things you did and doing all the stuff you did, you wouldn't be where you at today. You wouldn't. If you didn't have the chutzpah to even try to apply because you didn't think you were qualified. You had impossible, a lot of shit. It's a lot of stuff, and we call that shit luck. I don't think it's luck that you where you are. I think there's a certain path. I don't think that's what everybody's path is going to be. That's where we might disagree a little bit. But as far as, I don't think it's luck that I'm where I am. I don't believe in luck, especially as a believer in Christ. I can't believe in luck. I believe God ordained for me to be here. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And when I failed and didn't measure up to what I could have been, it was because of my own shortcomings and my own habits. That's life. That's just real. I think I failed at certain things because of my own shortcomings, my own lack of discipline, my own not budgeting, my own not being excellent with my homework and being lazy. So I didn't have the academic opportunities that you had or other people. I didn't. I'm like the average black person, truth be told. I'm like that. I was like, guys, let me show you my homework. I'm probably down here somewhere. Shit. Every couple of weeks, I got a report due. Let me do some work. That's it. That was me. I wasn't, man, shit. If I'd have put an hour in a night, I ain't trying to be funny. If I'd have just did 1 hour a night, man, I'd have got a full ride scholarship to Alabama or Auburn. Academic. I know I would have. Bar none. I would have got a full ride academic scholarship to Alabama or Auburn, or I could have went to damn near any college in the state out. That's just with an hour a night. Now, based on what I know I'm capable of doing. With an hour a night, I would have got a full ride. I wouldn't have no student loan debt, and I would have got a full ride anywhere I wanted to go. Probably could have went in Atlanta, Georgia, could have went to Morehouse, could have went to shit, anywhere. Damn sure I wound up going to Tuskegee, but I could have went anywhere. Being qualified prepared doesn't automatically equate to being introduced to the right opportunities. Well, that's not, then you're not prepared, because part of preparation is learning how to network. That's your fault. If you aren't introduced to the right opportunities, then your ass don't know how to network, right? Like if I tell you, hey, go and study and become the best computer engineer you can be. But first of all, if you do that, your ass usually 9 times out of 10, you're going to make about, you can make 85 to 100,000. But if your ass want to become, if I wanted to do what you do, Gabe, I know exactly what I need to do. I don't because I know what comes with it. I don't want to do that shit. But if I wanted to make $300,000 a year, I know exactly what to do. I know where to go. I know what to do because I've spoken with people. I know people. I got family that makes that kind of money. I know what it takes. That's not, I don't think that's, you was in the wrong place. And you just don't know. No, bullshit. Now, if you get a job and you making $60,000 a year and you stay in that damn job content for 20 years, that's your fault. That's not that you didn't have the right opportunity. You wasn't even looking. I'm looking. That's the difference. I'm looking for it. That's it. If I wanted it, I know for a fact, if I wanted to be a music producer, I know what to do. I believe that shit. If I wanted to make music, if I wanted to be a music producer, I could. If I wanted to be a doctor, I could. That's just worldview. Some people don't think that. Well, you just don't have the opportunity. Bullshit. I do whatever I want to do. That's different. Some people don't. You think it's all, not you, but some people think that it's all based on, well, you from this side of town, so you'll never. Bullshit. So you telling me that all my opportunities are locked in by the time I'm 18 years old because I went to a failing school and I had a 1.9 GPA coming out of high school, so sub is locked in at a bottom level. Bullshit. I know people was at the top of the class. I made damn near triple what they made. They got nothing to do with it. Opportunity, networking. Networking is a skill that you can acquire. Did you go and do that? If you didn't do that, that's your fault. I don't think that's systemic. Oh, Lord. Here we go. What you got, Q4? Even with preparation, someone has to give you a break. There are many lazy people that just manage to get in the right business at the right time. Is the alignment of timing and opportunity that makes success. I think that a person can be aligned in timing, and you're right, and be lazy and still succeed. I agree. I've seen it. But you telling me that somebody's locked in for the rest of their life, they can never succeed if they learn how to network? Because networking will be introducing you to that right person. That's what networking is. If you lazy, it's just like women. Good example. You got a lot of brothers that's scared to talk to women, right? They'll design their whole ideology on black women. I watched a video of a dude, I think it was Tony TKO, dude was talking about he gay because women ain't shit, right? I'm like, nigga, why don't you work on yourself? You out here talking about you gay. Now that ain't why your ass was gay anyway, first of all. And I don't give a damn how fucked up women are. I ain't ever finna be gay. Now that's crazy, right? But he said that, he blamed it on the woman. Then you got another guy who had that same experience and he goes through the work, or as C Boogie calls it, the scar tissue to be better with women. And that guy doesn't have this hatred in his heart towards women. Two guys, different approach, different outcome. So yeah, do I think that one guy can be in the right situation? Man, I don't look at no dude making $300,000 and think he's doing some shit I can't do. I can do whatever. That's just me. Maybe I'm arrogant like that. I don't think none of them jokers doing shit I can't do. I don't want to. It's either I don't want to put the time in. I'm telling the truth. I don't want to put the time in to do the shit I know I would have to do to make that kind of money. Or I don't, even if I did, I don't want to do what the requirements are to stay in that area from the you know what I'm saying, with the requirements and what's expected of them. Maybe I'm a dude that just want to go in my cubicle, sit there and make my 160, 150 and shut the fuck up. I don't want to make 350, 400. Cause I know what your ass gonna have to do. I see it. I see people making that kind of money. I know that you in IT, you know the type of shit that somebody that's in the upper, way up, it's all types of meetings and shit. You might have 1 or 2 meetings a week. But if your ass is in upper management every day, all day, you in a meeting. Every day, all day, they got you. You getting calls, you getting calls. I don't want that responsibility. You got to answer for people under you that are incompetent. I just got to answer for myself. When the higher up you go, the more leadership you get, the more you got to have others under you that you have to report for and make sure that they're competent and they're doing what they're supposed to do. I don't want that. Now, are there situations where you could just be an individual technician and still make that money? Yeah. But truth be told, do I want to put the time in to go learn those disciplines, or do I got other shit I'm trying to do? I got other shit I'm focused on. That's not where my heart at. I don't like IT like that. Just the truth be told. I tell the truth. I don't even like IT like that. I like teaching you guys and stuff, and that's fun. That's fulfilling and rewarding. But do I like sitting in a cubicle for 8 hours a day, Code? Hell no. So why, you know what I'm saying? You know, and if I'm not like that, you know, usually when you hear those guys making that kind of money, well, you got to really love it. I don't love this shit. I just want a paycheck, my nigga. I just want $3,000 a week or more, and I'm good. I'm good with that. I ain't got to be making no damn $7,000, $8,000 a week and then dealing with, okay, well, shit, you guys, oh, system's down. We need you to fix. You dialing in and shit. Your ass spend the whole weekend in front of a computer. You know what I'm saying? Say what? So meetings and more responsibilities is what's keeping you from moving up. I don't like this shit, Gabe. You do. We different. I'm not trying to, no jab. I don't like this shit like that. I just do it. I make enough to accomplish my goals and do other shit. My heart in other places. It ain't in IT. I don't want to move up the corporate ladder. That's what we might differ. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to move up that shit. I don't want to move up the corporate ladder. I don't like the bullshit politics I see in this shit. Just truth be told. It's a lot of politics in this shit. But can you make 150? Well, yeah, you can make that shit comfortably. You can make 150. You can. And that's a damn good salary. That's shit. That's damn near 1% money. That's like top 2.5% income in the country. That's damn good. You comfortable as hell. And if you're disciplined with your money, you can do all types of shit with that $3,000 a week. But why would I want to go and move up the ladder in a company and deal with certain politics that I see that I would have to deal with in these positions? Because damn near every company I'd had you've probably worked for three or four companies. Bro, I done worked for 20-something, probably 20, 30 companies. Bro, I done been here well. I done worked in all types of environments, all types of shit. I done got fired a bunch of times. I'm just telling you the truth. Fuck it. I'm just telling you, I done got fired. I done got let go. I done had this shit happen. That's why I don't worry about jobs. I know how easy it is to get one. But the thing is, even in the companies where I was doing real good and I was moving up, I saw a place I didn't want to go because I knew what I would have to do to get there. And I don't want to do that. Just like Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock ain't making what Stephen A. Smith is making. Jason Whitlock said, I don't want to do the shit that I would have to do to make what Stephen A. Smith makes. I just don't. And that's not saying you're an immoral person if you move up the corporate ladder. I'm not saying everybody up the corporate ladder is immoral, but for me, and the type of personality I am, in my disposition, I'm not that guy that wants to move up that ladder. I'm just not. Yes, it's political inside of corporate. That is what I mean by opportunity. It should only be a stepping stone to buy outside businesses immediately. Yeah, I'm with you, Q4. I'm with you 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? How do we talk about lack of representation in black? I see, Gabe, and this is the difference. And I'm not trying to, disrespect you. You know you family. But let me say this, bro. This is the truth. I don't give a shit about black representation in these organizations. I care about as many black people getting into these companies. It could be grunt level coders making 75, 120, 110, 108, 95. You take that shit, you pay your debt off. That's good money. I know you probably think that's chump change. We mere mortals. We aren't like you. You know what I'm saying? Us mere mortals aren't like you, Gabe. But what I'm saying is You think that's chump change, but an average black person making 95, 110, you can take that shit and change your fucking life. You can pay your debt off. You can get you can have good tax returns. You can save your money. You can max out your 401k. You know what I'm saying? You could do something and change your situation, and you can become a millionaire. In fact, if you listen to Dave Ramsey, a lot of their millionaires are school teachers. I know people that get paid once a month on a little cheaper ass $70,000 a year job. A lot of them are millionaires. You can become a millionaire. I don't need to climb the corporate ladder to become a millionaire. See, my goals are different. You gonna probably be, I'm gonna tell you where you're gonna be in about 10, 15 years because you give me this. Your ass gonna be leading the company somewhere. You're gonna be probably up at the top of some corporate company. Your ass gonna be probably making $1, $2, $3 million a year. You're gonna have a bunch of shares in the company. You that guy, that's you, Gabe. That's not me. I'm an old country boy from Alabama. I got slick mouth. I've been saying some shit and got fired. Don't put me up there to represent shit because I'm not built for that shit. I'm not built to be in those environments and play them little stupid ass games. Yeah, I don't. Not to say you do. When I say stupid, I mean like you know what I'm saying? No disrespect. But what I'm saying is corporate environment, when you're getting up these ladders, there's a lot of bullshit. We're supposed to sit here and play dumb. Like, for example, mandating that people take shots that's coders that you ain't seen in 2 years because of some political shit, right? See shit like that, right? I got students and people calling me to they got to take shots. They ain't even been in and never met the people in person. They got to take a shot. See shit like that. That's stupid. That's stupid. Now you're finna put some shit in somebody that might kill people, but because it's a corporate environment, we want people to do it. We got to follow. Well, this is you don't understand. It's corporate. It's the same shit. I don't want that shit. I don't want it. That ain't my decision. You hit me up. You hit sub up. Yeah, man, I turned that ticket in, man. It's done. I reached out, left an email, got on the phone with her for a second, explained to her how it works, and that ticket is closed out. That's me. That's sub. That's the far as I want to go with that shit. That's me. But it's not that I don't want success. I want it all. I want private jets, planes. I'm just gonna do that shit a different way. We different. We can both get there. Gabe, we can both get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shitting on a brother like you. We need brothers like you. But you need brothers like me too. You know what I'm saying? Because most brothers like me, they're not like you. You're different. Not trying to say you are somehow that should be a knock against you. I think you get offended. Or not offended, but you feel like I'm trying to ostracize you or point you or put you out there. So I'm not. I think it's great, bro. You know what I'm saying? But most brothers ain't gonna get a company to spend $8,000 for their certification. And no, that's not the average person. I don't even tell people that. I tell people just about most people can lay their hands on $90,000 to $100,000 in IT. That's actually the national average. It ain't hard for you to get to the national average. 98, 100, you could do it. Easy. And I'm talking about, and it won't even be a big deal. But if you're talking about getting up to the 250, 300, 350, 400, then now now you leading conference calls. Now you over some people, you leading teams, you're spearheading projects. I was on a project with General Dynamics for the AFIS-R database, which is the Armed Forces Recruiting Database, right? And they were supposed to go live. They had promised the military that they were going to go live with this project about 8 months after we started the project. I was there for a year. After I left the project, I called 3 years later. They still hadn't went live. The guy got fired. But he hung in there for 4 years. And he kept bullshitting them folks. I'm not a bullshitter. I don't know why he was fail. I don't know why the shit fell like that. He fucked it up. That was his fault. He made promises he couldn't keep. You know what I'm saying? But that was the problem. He couldn't go live. His head was rolled. But the problem is, I'm like, you know what? I could have stayed on that project as a coder. I didn't have to answer to that shit. I was making pretty good money. You know what I'm saying? Now he was making more, but that extra, $60,000, was it worth the stress and drama that this white boy was going outside smoking cigarettes and shit. He was just I would look, he's sending emails at 4:30 in the morning. Like, man, damn that shit. I ain't getting up at no 4 o'clock sending no damn email. Damn that shit. It ain't that serious. See what I'm saying? But if you want to be at the top, you got to do that. That's what it takes. I know that. Now, do you want to just get into IT? Be excellent. Work hard. Give it all you got. you know, and any person that gives their all, applies them and asserts themselves should be able to climb to the top. And when I say to the top, I mean as far as getting a job and being able to make a good salary. That's all I say. But as far as going up that ladder, that you got to be the type of person that really likes it and loves it. And I'm not that person. I know who I am. To thine own self be true, right? I know who I am. I'm not that guy. I know myself. I'm not that guy. When Friday hit, I ain't touching that laptop till Monday. I'm telling you right now. I ain't checking no emails. I ain't looking at it. I ain't doing nothing unless we doing a release on Saturday morning. And if we do that release on Saturday morning, I'm coming in late on Monday. That's how I go. I'm leaving early on Monday. Or next Friday, I'm leaving early. Something, because we compensate. But what we don't do, what I don't like is being in situations where, or should I say I don't like, but I think there are people in this space that are making those high salaries and they talk like everybody's going to do it, and it's not going to happen. And they say, well, you just don't want to do it. Yeah, you're right. And even there are people that are sincerely want to be there, but for some odd reason, they may or may not get there, be it the politics. If you ain't telling them the whole truth, tell them about the politics, tell them about the bullshit they're going to have to deal with, tell them about all of it, and tell them about everything it takes to get there. It's not just come and train for a year or 2 years, and then you're going to make $500,000 a year. But if that was the case, damn near every black person you see in IT that got IT experience should be making $500,000, but they not for a reason. Some black people just take the wrong disciplines. Everybody touching cybersecurity ain't finna make over $100,000 a year. They ain't even finna make 70. I'll tell you that right now. You go any community college in this country teaches that. Why everybody ain't going and making $500,000? Everybody ain't making what you make. You do cybersecurity, Gabe. Everybody ain't making what Gabe make. It's a difference between Gabe and the people going to these damn community colleges. That's the difference. So I would be remiss if I was to say, well, you know, man, anybody can make $250, man. It's not that hard. Yes and no. Anybody can do it. Look, anybody can make it to the NBA, okay? You can. Everybody got a chance. But if your ass is 5'7", nigga, you better be Kobe mixed with Jordan mixed with your vertical better be 70 inches. Like, that's how it got to work. You know what I'm saying? How do I advocate for excelling in black boys studying but not excelling in the corporate environment? I'm seeing a disconnect. So why does it have to be that it's a disconnect when you are? See, you think I'm a failure in the way you talking in. I must be failing. My students are failing because they in these jobs making 100,000. Somebody making 110 is a failure to you. Because see, and that's no disrespect, brother. You probably out of touch with reality. The average black person making $110,000, $120,000 a year is not failing, brother. And that's what we talk about. So I push and advocate for us to be excellent to get in these environments. And some of those brothers are going to be like you, and they are going to climb the corporate ladder. More power to them. I tell my students that. Some of y'all going to climb it. I don't want to do that. Sub doesn't. Most black people don't want to deal with that shit that you can do, Sub. Bro, you probably can walk in a room and you comfortable as hell. Culturally, you probably comfortable around probably middle-class white folks and shit. Me, I'm from the hood, most of us. Most of the people I deal with. So we're different. We're not to say that you are anything wrong with that, but certain things, there are cultural differences that we have. That it's okay. You African too. So you look at shit way different than I do. So you may get in that environment and you probably don't see shit like I do. You just don't. I see it different. I bet you if I ask Gabe gonna agree with me. I bet he in IT too. He got probably more IT experience than both of us put together. If I talk to Q4, if I talk to Q4, okay, all right, not failing. What I'm saying is you're saying that I'm teaching black. You say, how do you advocate for excelling in black boys studying, but not excelling in a corporate environment? Because the corporate environment is not all there is. It's not the end all be all of excellence. The corporate environment is a means to an end. The corporate environment is a way to get a high-priced $10,000 a month skill that you can then take and go start businesses. You can go and invest and do whatever you want to do. Not everybody wants to climb the corporate ladder. I don't want to climb it. I mean, guess what? What if I don't want to start a business? What if I just want to work making $120,000 a year and then, max out my 401k and I'm a millionaire by the time I'm 45? Because, you started, let's say 28, and in 15 years, 18 years or whatever, you're a millionaire. But what's wrong with that? Why does it have to be that I climb the corporate ladder or it's no need in even being there? There is something, should I say, that is, what's the word? There is something redeeming about just working in the environment, making your little good salary and moving, where you want to go in life as a person and as an individual. That's it. I want to do real estate. I want to own businesses. I want to do other things. I want to do IT the rest of my life if I can help it. If I have to, I will, but that's not what I want to do. If you ask me objectively, Gabe, I think you're doing what you want. This is your passion. You probably enjoy this shit. For you, it's normal for you to spend 7-8 hours a weekend just fucking around on the computer. Not me. Some ain't like that. Some want to go out and get a drink, chill with a lady. Some might want to go hang, go play some ball, lift some weights, watch a game or some shit, make a video talking shit. That's up, you know what I'm saying? So we might be different in that regard. My brother's the same way as you. Yeah, I ain't shitting on my brother. So I damn sure ain't shitting on you. My brother's the same way. My brother makes right now he pushing about 400. Easy. He probably over right now. He might be over that. But my brother, it ain't nothing for him to spend a weekend. Cold. I called him yesterday. He typing away. I'm like, Lord, man, hit you back, man. I'm trying to figure something out. I said, all right. That's him. That's him. And he cool with that. I ain't never been that guy. And see, I kind of came up watching him when I was flipping houses and doing comedy clubs. See, I've done a lot of other stuff too. So you probably don't know that. I flipped houses. I made like almost 700,000. I made 600 and some thousand back in 06. I owned a comedy club. I done promoted concerts. I done modeled in New York. I done played basketball. I chased my dreams, man. You know what I'm saying? So for me now, getting older, I said, well, I need a skill. And this was the skill I chose that, hey, I can always fall back on it. But do I want to move up the corporate ladder within a company? Let me tell you how let me tell you how I would exist in the IT world. For me, the only way I would exist in this world and be happy and content and fulfilled and passionate about it, probably more than anything, is if I were to start my own IT firm and hire people. Then you'll see that passion. Because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? That's what I am. And you got your own business too. But you know what I'm saying? That's just where we might separate, where we might differ. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. I don't think there's a disconnect in me telling people that, hey, it's okay to work up that, get that job, making $120,000 and then be content with that and then take that and maximize that, budget that, you know what I'm saying? Live off that. That's not me telling black boys, there's a disconnect. I don't think there's a disconnect. But not excelling in the corporate environment. I didn't say don't. I'm telling you, I don't want to. And a lot of times, most black people don't want to. Most black folks, look, this ain't just corporate. This ain't just corporate America. I know plenty of black folks that work at companies. And I remember I worked at Argat Wiring. I never forgot this shit. Dude was my manager, right? He's making, I don't know, 40-some, 40, 50, whatever, right? So he knew that whole factory. Okay, that dude used to walk around. He knew the factory like the back of his damn hand. And one day I said, man, why don't you go for these positions they posted? He's like, man, I don't want them damn positions. I said, why? He's like, man, that shit, man, look, we already get here at 5 o'clock in the morning? Man, them motherfuckers get here at like 2 in the morning. They have to prepare everything. They stay late. That's a salary position. Man, they work you like a slave in them damn positions. I don't want that. The politics, yeah, I'm going to make an extra $20,000 a year. Man, bump that, man. I got a lawn service on the side. I leave here at 3:30 like you and go cut grass or do whatever I want to do. That's what he told me. You know what I'm saying? So the dude's a young kid. He wasn't he's probably about 4 years older than me. And he had his own lawn service. He was doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's okay for Gabe to be the company man. It's okay. He said it makes no sense for a black man to be a company man when you don't own the company. Be a company man when you own your company. Me and you own in lockstep with that Q4. But I don't see nothing wrong with what Gabe's doing. I think you can move up in somebody's organization. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think if they're not treating Gabe like inhumanely and treating him like a dog, if they accept and he comes in and he does his job and he's good at his job and he moves up and they give him stock options. My brother had ownership in companies. They gave him stock options and stuff like that when he came in, and hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Had they went public and he owns shares of that company or organization, they say if you was an owner of you work with AMC movie theaters and they give you, I don't know, 200,000 shares of AMC right now, and you move in and you got the company. Now you was in there when it was $8. Now the mug is $40-something, 40, 39, 40, whatever it is, right? You'll be like, oh, okay. You don't what, quadrupled or quintupled, whatever, however you pronounce it. What's up, Superman? You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's cool. I don't have no problem with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what Gabe's doing. I just think it's a different in ideology or path that you choose to take in life. I don't want to take that path because I know the politics that I see and what I've experienced in these vast amount of companies that I've worked in. I've seen all types of politics. I see all types of quintuple. Okay, thank you. Smart audience. But it's just a lot that goes into that. Whereas if I run an IT company and you got brothers out here making, $8, $10, $12 an hour working in the call center, he called me and now he making $120,000. Shit. How many of y'all want to make 120? Some of y'all making more than that, but probably I'm gonna go out on a limb. Probably out of the 67 people on here right now, I'm gonna say probably 5 of them probably making more than making more than 120. The other 60 whatever ain't making more than 120. You probably would be best served making that $10,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's just how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Gabe, you got your own company, if I'm not mistaken, but you work as a contractor with organizations. But to me, you have to be careful with that, to me, because you technically still like an employee. You just got a contract, but it's still the same type of scenario. So I hear people say, oh, well, I got my own company too. Well, yeah, you got your own company, but your ass working there, you have to clock in, you have to be there, you have to, it's just, you just an employee, they just paying you through a contract. It's the same thing. I've been a contractor for years. But you don't hear me talking like that in IT. You don't. You know what I'm saying? I tell my students, get your own company, make it so that later on you can go for government contracts and then you can start billing out other people and you can work it up that way. It's nothing wrong with that. And Gabe, if you start a company and you seem cool and I come and work in that project and you give me some sort of ownership or something like that, we're doing a little joint venture. I work with your ass and we fuck around, make $100 million. You think I care about? Man, you work for Gabe. Hell no. I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be okay, what shit? Gabe, you know what I'm saying? You own a real estate company, you don't do contracting. Okay, well, I know you say you do in IT. When last time I talked to you, you was doing IT. So whatever you're doing right now, you starting to do houses on the side. That's cool then, Gabe. So why can't I think it's a different of ideology or opinion, but I don't have aspirations of moving up the corporate ladder. So, for example, you saying that you got your own real estate company. So why can't you just somebody make 120, start a real estate company, buy rental houses? You probably doing Airbnbs and rentals. What if somebody want to do subdivisions, get a contractor's license and build their own subdivisions? They study, they get their contractor's license, they start pulling permits and building subdivisions, buying the land, platting it out, running the roads, running in the sewage and you're in the sewers and getting in there making money off of it. Plopping out houses. They only in each lot for about $12,000 a piece. And they building a $400,000 house in each section or something. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So it's a difference of opinion. I just think black people on average looking at about $40,000 a year for the average black man. So if a black man makes $120,000 a year from 45,000, 46,000, he can damn near triple his income. That brother's gonna be doing pretty good, and he's gonna be able to change some things if he's budgeting his money and doing what he's supposed to do. That's it. I don't think I'm contradicting by telling people not to move up that damn ladder unless they really want to, but be aware that there are things. And why are you doing real estate if you see that you can make $700,000 or $800,000 working at Google, doing projects like you did or whatever it was we talked about that time? Why not just do that? It's less stress because you're thinking about your future. You're thinking about, well, shoot, one day I might not want to deal with this and I want to leave and I don't want to have to go punch a clock or I don't want to have to go on a project or whatever, however you word it, phrase it. So what you do is, I'm not recommending that people need to do what I'm doing, but I don't think black men in leadership roles I think, but I do think black men in leadership roles is a need. Well, the best way to get to a leadership role is to start your own company. Why isn't that seen as leadership? Okay. You don't see owning your own company as leadership. You think I don't lead? I'm not a leader at lifting the veil. I know you think you probably would agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, leadership, I'm a black man in leadership. At least I would like to think I am. I thought I asserted myself and tried to assert myself in our community and help provide opportunities for others. That's a big part of leadership. Making decisions daily that affect others. Leadership. It's not always in, you know, and this is the analogy, Gabe. It's almost like you're looking at, if the tree ain't the white man's tree that's built by some big major corporation and he's at the top and he's making this ridiculous absorbent salary, getting Christmas bonuses in the millions, then he's not in leadership. If I'm not Robert Smith left, what was he? Robert Smith is a good example. Robert Smith left Goldman Sachs as like the chief financial officer, some real sick, crazy. I mean, that dude probably was already making millions. He left, right? Started his own tech venture capitalist firm, and now look at him. Now he killing their ass, but he make his own rules. But I'm sure when he started, he was nervous. He didn't know. It's kind of like when I started Lifting the Veil. Now, what if Lifting the Veil goes public? What if I fuck around and take this company public in 20 years and I'm worth $30 billion? This video will be laughable. Not saying not to be disrespectful to you, but you get what I'm saying? It's not that I'm telling you not to be successful. I'm saying create our own success in our own spaces where we make the rules. We make the rules. Remember in the Matrix, I think it was Matrix 3, where they went to the guy and he got off the subway and the guy was like, "Oh, you don't understand. I make the rules down here." Because the guy was trying to force his way on the train. He's like, you staying right here. And he hit his ass, and Neo couldn't stop him because he didn't control the rules. See, when you got your own company, you make the rules. You decide. If Gabe starts a company, I want to come work for Gabe. I fuck with Gabe. That might be a little different. Culturally, you know, in a lot of areas, we line up on a lot of different things, and I can probably be myself more with you than I could with some white guy that went to some Ivy League school who thinks that, you know, I'm rubbing shoulders with the president and I want to force Sub to take a shot, and I ain't seen him in 2 years. See, I don't think Gabe would do no bullshit like that. So I might fuck with you. That's different. So we do need black men in leadership, but that starts with our own shit first. It starts with our own shit. We got to have our own shit, and it's going to be small. What's up? What's up, Rodney? Our shit is going to be small, fledgling. It's not going to be as well funded, but in time, it will build. That's the leadership I'm talking about. I never say don't be a leader, don't be a leader, don't be a entrepreneur, don't. No. But moving up corporate ladders in a lot of these corporate environments is bullshit. I'm just telling you straight up. It's bullshit. Gabe, I think I'm probably a little bit more authority on that because I worked at a lot more companies than you have. And I'm telling you, because you're good at what you do, Gabe. I'm not. See, I'm a rebel. Let me quit. I'm being funny, man. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, you get at these companies, man, and it's like, you know, they want you to do all this weird ass shit. You like, man, what the hell is this, man? I mean, I've seen some dumb shit. Like some of the stuff I've seen people do in these corporate environments. I mean, I don't want to have shit to do with this dumb shit, man. Let me get just let me go in my cubicle, take my tickets off Jira, work my tickets, and get my ass on home. That's it. Hey, how y'all doing? And I'm leaving. If you ask me, can I get in those environments and talk and speak? Yeah, I ain't no fool. I ain't scared. I'm very confident in my ability. I believe I can do anything. If you put me in that environment, I can make it. But it's a facade. It's not really who I am. That's not me. I don't laugh at those corny ass jokes, but I'm gonna laugh if we in a meeting and the guy cracks a joke. Yeah, he said this and it. And I'm like, yeah, man, you're crazy, man. Yeah, I get you. I'm like, oh, lame ass shit. That shit ain't funny. But I'll do it in a corporate environment. That's what it is. You laugh at them little stupid ass jokes, don't you? You got to. Bullshit. That's not me. I don't want no fake ass environment. If I got a company, you come work for me, you're going to do your job. You're going to be good at what you do. That's first and foremost. I'm going to make sure of that. But you can be yourself. You can call me. You can keep it real and say, hey, man, this is how I feel, dog. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get you, man. Cool. You know, that's it. But you probably never worked for a brother like me where I'm talking about he owns this shit. You probably never had, because we're not in those spaces to own shit to pay, bro. We can't afford niggas like you yet, Gabe. So when you come in those environments, it's going to be refreshing to see a brother like me. Lord willing, I'll get there. But at this point, we're not there. So you got to go into these environments and you know, dare I say, adapt to other people's culture, which it is what it is. I ain't mad about it. I mean, we just need to change it. I changed that leadership by becoming a leader myself. That's it. I'm a leader to others. Ask my students, do they think I'm a leader? Ask them. They'll probably say, yeah, I think he is. In that he helped us. They don't, I mean, they're not, you know what I'm saying? I don't pay them. They're not like within my organization, but I'm training them and giving them a service. But they'll probably, some of them, I know they'll probably call my brother a leader. You know what I'm saying? Because he's leading a class, he's teaching, he's giving them some, he's disseminating knowledge and wisdom to them that they can't get in unless they go and get these jobs and get fired and go through the shit I went through. And do we want that? No. If we can help it, you get what I'm saying? It's stuff you can tell me. You can tell my students, shit, I wish I could afford your ass. So you can tell them, hey, man, how do you make $250 a year? What do you do? How do you do it? Okay, so what specific steps? And there's people out there like that. But do I think most of them going to? Probably not. Most of them not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just, and that's not, because it takes work to be where you at, Gabe. Work that a lot of people ain't willing to do. I'm not willing to do that shit. And it also takes willingness to do certain things that I may or may not be willing to do. I'm not willing to do that shit. I'm just not. I come in the morning, I don't feel like smiling and saying, man, hey, how you doing, man? What's up? That's how I speak. Well, that's probably not corporate enough, is it? You got, good morning, how are you? I don't, man, that ain't me. Shit. What's up, man? I don't give a damn if it's 6 o'clock. What's up, man? What's up? That's how I might speak. You speak to the wrong white person that way, they looking at, oh my God. I remember on From It, I was on a project, same project. I was on a project at General Dynamics, right? So on Friday, you can wear jeans and on Friday, you can wear jeans and, you know, any type of shoes you want. You can wear shorts, whatever. Sometimes I would wear shorts on Fridays. So a couple of Fridays, I would wear Timberlands, Timbs. I would wear Timbs and jeans, and I would wear a polo. White boy would wear some hunting boots. He would wear them hunting boots damn near every day, muddy ass hunting boots, right? Because he was always talking about how he went hunting and he shot a wild boar and he did see that. I said, okay. This white lady was on a project and she sat right next to me, and you know, we were talking stuff. We was cool. Do you know she went and said something because I wore those Timbs? She said she felt intimidated when I would wear those Timbs. And you sitting there talking to me every day. You know I ain't finna rob your ass or some shit. No, I'm a black guy in Timbs. That's racist. That's really what it is. But I ain't give a fuck. My check cleared, right? That's all I cared about. But that being said, you judging me because you see a black man in some Timbs and you got these warped ass views of what a black man in Timbs is gonna do. Now you see my ass, you done work with me for a year. You know damn well I ain't finna do nothing to you. I'm making just as much as you. What the hell you think you don't finna come here? But this is the type of shit you got to deal with in these environments. I tell my students that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, you know, but hey, you know, play the game. No, I didn't wear no Jabos, but I had on Levi's. I had like some, I made sure not to wear no baggy ass clothes, especially back then, baggy clothes wasn't really in no more. So I was wearing like some, just some regular Levi's, man. Like what, 5, I forget the number, but the ones that fit, they wasn't skinny, but they fit, you know, not tight, but they would fit, you know what I'm saying? And shit. She still was all saying that shit, man. That's just, and you know, I didn't really find out a lot of the shit till I left, and the brother that worked with me worked at Khaki. He was a Khaki contractor. He called me. He was like, man, she was saying this, she would say that. I'm like, really? Yeah, man. I'm like, I didn't know all that. Like, yeah, man, she was a trip, bro. You don't be knowing that shit. Now, it ain't 501. It's another one. There's another one that's 5 something, but they got like, they fit a little bit. They're not skinny, but they are fitted a little bit. But anyway, guys, I'm about to go. Shout out to Gabe, you know, shout out to Gabe A, shout out to Q4, you know, guys, I'm gonna go in here and chill. It's Monday. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my off day. Y'all have a good one. Anybody got any closing remarks, statements, anything like that? Guys, I didn't get it. It didn't really bother. It didn't hurt my feelings. My check cleared. She didn't get my ass fired for that shit. But she said she was intimidated. Oh, you was a subcontractor at Khaki? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Khaki is another organization. They kind of like General Dynamics. They do a lot of, that's when I was working on the Air Force recruiting database and stuff. I had to get what they call NAC clearance. Yeah, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was a cool project. Really, I ain't do shit. I just sat there for 7 months because they took that long and still didn't get my damn NAC clearance. I just sat there. It took them that damn long. That's what happens when you work for government. You talking about wasting tax dollars. Server broke. I found that server. Now, my brother told me this. This was like when I first started doing IT. So the server broke. I found the exact same server online for $1,100 because I was just sitting there bored. Sent it to my boss. He said, "Oh no, we can't do that." I said, "Why?" He said, my brother was like, "You shouldn't have did that." I was like, "Why?" He said, "Because it's when you work on these government contracts, it's a certain way they do things. They waste money. That's what they do. Because this explains why people need their jobs. They need to explain millions of dollars. So they'll extract millions of dollars from these companies and organizations. And so a lot of times they'll get a project and say the server needs, but bro, they spent $50,000 for 2 servers. It was $25,000 a piece from Hewlett Packard. I found that same server, the older version of it, refurbished, everything brand new inside of it for $1,200. I was like, why y'all gonna go pay? They did it. They spent $50,000. It was like my second week there. I was like, damn. They taught me a lot about working for government contractors. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. See, you saying it took a year for them to clear your, it took them a year. That's what I'm saying. It took a year. It took me, I was there 9 months. Them jokers didn't give me nothing. I still left without it. I probably got it and wasn't there no more. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So Citizen Lou, y'all go check him out. I didn't know he had a channel. I'm going to check him out. Citizen Lou, y'all go subscribe to his channel. God bless y'all. Gabe, y'all check out Gabe A. You know what I'm saying? And I do agree with him. We do need black people in leadership, but that leadership may not look like what we think. It may be starting these small fledgling companies at first. That's what the small hats did. I'm going to say the Jews. That's what the Jews did 100 years ago. Levi's was a real small company at first. Woolworths was a small company. These were small companies. The Bible says, despise not humble beginnings. Black people, we despise humble beginnings. We want to start off at the top of the corporate ladder already as an executive in a company. Well, you see black folks, you got a damn LLC talking about you the CEO. Like, if you don't get your ass on somewhere. Now, I'm the CEO of so-and-so. So like, how you the CEO? You ain't got no executives. What are you talking about? I'm the chief executive officer. Really? How many people in your corporation? Me and my cousin. Nigga, you ass ain't no damn CEO. You ever see that shit? Nigga, you tell me, I'm the CEO of so-and-so entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We out here, we in the streets, we making moves. We the CEO. So, okay, so who's your CFO? Who's your COO? Who's over your operations? Who's your chief financial officer? Who's your chief information officer? Right? These are your board executives. Who the hell you talking about? You the president? Nigga, sit your ass down. It's a corporation. I remember this nigga had a car wash. Listen to me. This one nigga had a car wash. Gave me his card. He said he was the CEO of the damn car wash. I laughed. I said, this nigga say he the CEO of the damn car wash? Damn. I didn't know they had executives. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you say you the CEO of Walmart, that's different. It ain't even got to be Walmart. It could be some little small-ass company with, 15 employees. Then I might trust you. But when you say you the CEO and it's just a little C Corp, come on, man. Stop it. Y'all have a good one, man. I'll see y'all.